Trời ơi. Wow. is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm.
I'm at the helm.
Bean water is ready.
We got that bean water today.
Today we will learn a lot.
We're gonna learn so much, folks.
He loves the question.
You know I do.
He loves to sing.
I love to sing.
Join our Discord.
Join the Discord,
Follow
everybody.
him.
Following the captain. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. I forgot to turn my lights on. Captain Coder here on this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning for me. 4 a.m. local, folks. 4:05 a.m. here. Having a beautiful day. Thank you so much for the hat. Thank you for the hat. Getting started. See, I didn't even need a shower this morning because I was going to get that hat. I washed my hair just for you folks, and so I was like, I got you covered, Captain, so I'll just have to remember to stop taking showers. You guys got these hats. That's really what it, you know, when you really get down to it, a hat is just a shower that you wear, right? A hat is just a shower that you wear. No one will be able to tell if you're wearing a hat whether or not you've been showered or not. Word of advice, a hat is just a shower that you wear. Hang on one second. Something's going on over here. Let me fix this. Don't go anywhere, folks. Captain Coder's got to fix. I forgot to set up my laptop so I can't see the chat the way I normally do. What? Short hair alert. Yeah, I got to get, you know, I really got to get a haircut. Something's gone wrong. Hang on, folks. Give me just a moment. I'm sorry. My laptop's on the fritz. It won't connect to the Twitch chat. I like to have, I don't have enough monitors, so I have a Twitch chat over here I can watch. I have it all over the place. It's not quite going right. That's okay. Code Monk, great to see you again. Welcome back to the stream, everybody. Siler Atomic, congratulations on your exclamation point first. Nice work, my friend. Nice work, Zapped. It's a pleasure to see you, my friend. You almost had it. This close. Next time you'll get it. Oryx, it's always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Michael, thank you so much for all your help over on the Discord. It's been amazing having you help us out. Tani, it's okay if you can't finish your game. I'm probably not going to finish. Finish is a strong word. Have something that's like prototypable. I'm thinking next year for Learn You a Game Jam, I'm going to put a big emphasis on you don't have to finish the game to submit. I think a lot of people feel a lot of pressure to make a game that's like fully playable. I'm thinking next time Learn You a Game Jam, it's going to be making a game, a tool, or a tutorial so that you'll be able to choose any of those three things. And in fact, I kind of want to make a special Learn You a Game Jam, which is all about making a tutorial, making a blog, a video, something like that, rather than do it. The problem with me is I tried to submit a finished product to a game jam. Say, Tawny, I know, that's why I'm thinking hopefully next time I can be, same here. I want to try and encourage people more to do on the learning end. That said, I'm glad you've been learning stuff. Mooniz, thank you so much for hanging out, my friend. You're still number one. Almost got that Lambo. Grumpy, thank you so much for the raid, folks. If you guys don't know the Grumpy Game Dev, incredible human being. One of my favorite places to hang out. We'll be over there, I think, next Saturday. Is that right? Let me look here. The 13th. I got to double check with Grumpy, but we're going to be over there doing test-driven development over on the Grumpy Game Dev stream on the 13th this month, the second Saturday of each month. We usually get together over at Grumpy's stream and do some test-driven development. BK, welcome back to the stream, folks. BK's a new member here. He's got his own channel on the Discord. Thank you, Hans Slav. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Volkera, wonderful to see you, my friend. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Surly, thank you again for the hats. Nerdwaffle, only expensive viewers allowed. That's right, Zapped. How am I supposed to buy cheap viewers? I want those premium views. How does that even, you know, sometimes I get the fake followers for some reason. I don't even really quite know what you would do. We're all luxury here. That's right. We got the expensive viewers here. I'm too scared to actually look into it. I've kind of been curious of like, what do those sites even look like? If I were to click, it's probably a scam, right? They're just gonna steal your credit card information and steal your money. That's all I can think. But I do get the fake follows sometimes, so there must be something to it. I don't know. I don't know. It seems like a scam. The curiosity it's piqued my curiosity, but it's too scary to actually look at. I like streaming too much. I could just get canceled immediately if I try anything like that. Nerd Waffle, I hope Canada's doing well, my friend. Your game's looking awesome. Gramlux, it's a pleasure to have you here. Code Monk, welcome back to the stream. Someone got to take on for the team and let us all know Siler Atomic. I elect you. Siler Atomic's been elected, everybody. Thank you, Siler, for your thank you for your service, my friend. Oh no! Oh no! What have I done? My laptop over here won't connect and I don't know what's going on. Very annoying. Hang on. Very annoying. Come on, laptop. Do the thing. Do the thing. Why won't you do the thing? What's going on? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. We'll have to check in with that later. But folks, it's such a pleasure to have all you here. My laptop won't connect. I have a laptop that I use that's sitting over here. And I think maybe, yeah, I can't get my laptop to connect to Twitch. I usually watch, I have a little monitor over here on the side. It's not connecting anyway. So I like to have it. Solomon with the hat. Let's get another hat. I didn't hear the hat. My audio cue didn't go off. Did you guys hear the audio cue? Thank for the hat. What do you like? What do you think about this one, Solomon? Time to watch on main PC. Yeah, I have a bunch of different monitors, so anywhere I'm looking, I got it. What are we working on today, folks? We are working on Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam here. We only have 2 days, 2 hours, and I still got to do my vlog as well. So I'm gonna do a recorded vlog. I'm pretty sure. 2 days left. That's right, Solomon. You're grinding up those points, collecting them, saving them up. Let's see. What have I done? What have I done? We are working on our game here. This is Dark Fuel and the Quest for the Golden Beans. Dark Fuel and the Quest for the Golden Beans is the game we're making here. Tawny with 31,000 points. Not bad. So we're making a little platformer. The goal is going to be to collect these coffee beans. So I made a little coffee bean model yesterday while no one was looking. And the almost number one, that's right, Tawny. So we have these little buttons you can press. It's all about jumping, pressing buttons, getting through the levels. We got a little bit of glitchiness. Sometimes if I try hard enough, I can get myself to phase through things. Which I kind of know why, but I'm not going to deal with fixing it. I was going to see if I could show you the bug itself. But the goal here is you got to hit these buttons, get through. I'm going to put more coffee beans in here inside to be things that you got to collect. When we finished making a coffee or a liquid pouring animation, made a liquid. The game crashes when I try and full screen it, which I don't understand that. Invalid editor window of type Unity editor curve. That one, there's like a weird runtime bug that happens. But we can, if we step onto this platform here, we will get coffee poured into us, a liquid poured into us. Whoa. And now we can come over here and we can press this bunny Fractal Mind Dev with the raid. Fractal Mind Mike, how are you? Fractal Mind Dev, thank you so much for the raid. Do you guys know Fractal Mind Dev? Fractal Mind Mike, how you been, my friend? It's great to have you here. Thank you so much for the raid. How's your game coming along? Fractal Mind Dev is working on a point-and-click adventure game in the style of, and correct me if I'm wrong, in the style of Day of the Tentacle. That's what it always reminds me of the old LucasArts point-and-click adventures. It's looking awesome. How's it coming along? Tell us all about it. And if you got some links, feel free to drop them in the chat. Let me make sure that my bot will ignore you. There's a little bit, sometimes it doesn't. It's bot ignore Fractal Mind. Thank you so much for raiding in. Raiders, I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me, and me is Captain Coder. And I am a computer science educator. I teach computer science and programming at a school for ages 10 to 14, folks. And I absolutely love my job. Here on this stream, we dedicate our time to learning and coding and growing together, trying to learn something new every day, every week, all the time. We are currently working on a game jam. So I'm hosting a game jam that ends in 2 days called Learn You a Game Jam, where the goal is to learn something new. For this game jam, I've decided to learn about 3D modeling. So everything in this game that you see right here, we have 3D modeled ourselves and having a blast in it. We're making an isometric platforming puzzle game where you play as a coffee cup, and your goal is to collect these coffee beans. Okay, we're gonna get my prototype over to the Steam Deck. Nice, Michael. Also, Tony, welcome back to the stream. Pumpkin Pie Man, thank you so much for the raid. Day of the Hamster, awesome. Let's check it out. How close are you to finishing this? I know last time we spoke, I think it was a month or 2 out. You felt, ooh, is it actually live? Day of the Hamster, the side quilt, the Day of the Sandwich. It's out now. Oh my goodness, folks, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? And it looks like it runs in the web browser. That's awesome. Yo, this is so cool. Fractal Mind, Mike. Oh, hang on. Let me change audio outputs here. Is there music? There is. Oh man, let's go. Look at this. Look at this stylization here, folks. I'm gonna need my metal detector. What was that? What's going on? Look at these animations. It sounds like that cat is chasing Cryo. Press to engage lockdown. Oh no, the lockdown sequence is activated. You know, this is, the stylization on this is perfect. It's insane. Day of the Hamster. Yeah, folks, if you guys gotta go follow Fractal Mind Dev. And if you like watching someone play games too, mostly retro games, is that right? We have another account, Fractal Mind Mike. Let's see if I can get the name right. Fractal Mind Mike. Let me make sure that's spelled correctly before I hit that shout out button. Twitch, Fractal Mind Mike. Be sure to give Fractal Mind Mike a follow as well if you like watching mostly retro games. Incredible stuff. Thank you so much for the raid again. If you got a raid and run, no worries. I know you're probably exhausted after it. I do retro games on the other channel, Fractal Mind Line. Yeah, give them some love, folks. Incredible stuff. Gosh, that data cable fell inside the hamster maze. Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. I need to use the computer, unlock the door. We're gonna have to play. I've always wanted to make a point and click adventure, but I've always been a little, I almost did it for this game jam, actually. Day of the Hamster, left click on stuff to interact, take them, right click things to look at them. There's a little programming puzzle on this for me. Oh my goodness. Should I go do it now? Computer terminal. To unlock the door, I'll need to connect the computer to the data line. All the wires and the parts. The circuit breaker is tripped and the computer has no power. Oh my goodness. I don't have time to play this today, but I'm gonna play this on stream soon. It'll take a while to get to it. Gotcha. I want to play this soon. There's so many things I want to play. Did you see that they released a fully 3D Riven game? Riven remake. This is crazy. I don't know if you ever played the old Myst point and click, or not, like the kind of point and click. It looks so good. I'm gonna be playing this next week. But we might have to do Day of the Hamster first. Thank you so much for coming in. This looks incredible. The stylization, I can't believe how good this looks. I swear this looks exactly like the style of Day of the Tentacle. I would be hard pressed if someone told me that this was made by the same people. I would believe them. It's insane how good this is. It's wild. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the fully 3D remake here. 40, 80 minutes to play this one. Awesome. I'm gonna play it maybe on Thursday. Thursday, Friday. There's a game jam I'm doing that's a 72-hour game jam. Oh, this is crazy. Look at this. The stylization is perfect. Perfect. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. Let's give some points. Points and Fractal Mind Mike. 1,000 points to you, my friend. Thank you so much for sharing it with me. Seen some people take closer to 3 hours. So I'm probably going to take on, it'll probably take me 3 to 5 hours. Because I'm the type of person that clicks and reads and does everything. Maybe on stream I won't take that long, but I will probably take forever to play it. This is the game we're making though. A game is a strong word. This is the interactive thing we're making here where our character can run around. I love Dash. Look, yeah, so the whole point of this was to learn how to do 3D modeling. So we've done all of the modeling in Blender. So we let me open up Blender here. We made a coffee bean. That was the last thing we made in Blender. But we made all of the models for this game and animations as well. Oh my goodness, I don't know if I should save or not. And so this is the character we made in our game, and we did a bunch of different animations. So we have the run animation, the jump animation, and then an idle animation for the character. So we made this. This is my first time ever doing 3D modeling. So I've been doing it on Wednesday, it will have been 2 weeks. 2 weeks, yeah. So first time ever using Blender. Really, I'd like opened it once before and was like, I can't do this. I will say none of my programming skills transferred, but the idea being that your character is a cup and you get different liquids. So I can't jump up here. Different liquids give you different abilities. This particular liquid gives you the ability to jump higher. So when you have that inside, you can jump higher and reach different things. So sort of like Super Mario Brothers, where you have different items. We're going to make it so you can collect these coffee beans. The goal in each level is collect all the coffee beans. You get all the coffee beans, you win. And so we almost have one level completed. We have 2 days left, today and tomorrow, to finish this, wrap it up. There's a lot left to do. I want to make it so you can collect the coffee beans, get a level win screen. We want to add in a title screen. I need to add in music, sound effects, and I want to make it all from scratch. So I'm going to have to, maybe we won't write the music from scratch, but I want to write the music from scratch. Light roast beans. Yeah. These are the golden beans. This is Dark Fuel in the quest for the golden beans. Jolt, welcome back to the stream. Great to see you. I hope you're doing well, my friend. But we've had a lot of fun with this. So the next step here is to make it so that we can pick it up. MR8, Mr. H, I'd like to say thank you for following me today, Mr. H. Welcome to the crew. Jolt, I'm doing wonderful. We're in the process of making it so that you can pick up some beans. So I'm going to add a little collider to this. Can I just add in, let's add in a mesh collider here. And then we're going, if I just make it convex, there we go. And we're going to make it a trigger. And then we're just going to add a little script in here that lets us, do I have a trigger? I'm surprised, trigger behavior. Let me go look at trigger behavior, manage visibility. Trigger behavior is not what I want. What is trigger behavior? I must have written this. Hang on. Oh, it's part of Pro Builder. Okay. I often write a little script here just for having messages sent when a trigger gets triggered. I wish they would add in a Unity event that you could just connect here. Mr. H, it's great to see you. Beans. The real question is, how are you going to get 4 beans with 1 inventory slot? You don't know. You got to collect. It's not at your cup is the inventory slot. The beans is just the number on the screen. So you eat them, maybe. I don't know. Look, you don't store them in your inventory slot. You just got to get them all. Maybe we just make it so you collect 1 bean. All right. Why you Zaft? How dare you? That's plot hole. The plot hole thickens. The plot hole thickens. That's right. All right. Let's make a. You guys. We want to add a new script here. Script. Do I have a? I just want a general trigger collider. Like a trigger notifier. Item in 1 inventory slot can stack. Yeah. So I'm cheating, Jolt. The whole idea, just enough to grind a fresh cup. That's right. We are cheating a little bit by the theme is 1 inventory slot, and the cup is the inventory slot. That's the idea. I'm making more excuses. Void Oh, so we want to have a public Unity event on trigger enter like this. And then we're going to do a public void on trigger enter collider other. Can I do this? It's going to yell at me saying I can't do it. On trigger entered. Where is it on trigger entered? We're going to do on trigger entered dot invoke. Entered dot invoke. Like that, so we can actually have it password. I suppose we can have it past the collider like this and just forward it. The whole idea of this script is just have a thing that we can forward in the interface and connect things up. Hunted Storm, welcome to the stream. Welcome back. Mr. Zombie UK, how the heck have you been? Thanks to the peer pressure by bees. You guys, you're doing the Souls-like? You're doing the Souls-like, Mr. Zombie UK? Debug.log here. Let me update my music. I forgot to turn the music back on. Have to do other, just so I can see that's happening. I want to make sure this is happening. Make sure I got the name. I'm surprised it doesn't auto-complete with the name. I don't know exactly why. But it's great to see you all here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Again, Fractal Mind, thank you again for the raid. It's much appreciated, my friend. Let's come over to our Bean prefab. And what I want to do is I want to add the component here, trigger collider. And the trigger collider, now we can connect, we can forward this out to other things. And on my Bean here, let's make sure that this, oh my goodness, I have to go through the whole level to get it. It's because I'm truly enthusiastic about what you're doing. I love it. And I hope more people will make that genre. Sadly, I wish it wasn't so dead. It's one of my favorite genres. Right? It's not dead, but it's on live. I'd say it's on live support. My name is Witty. Welcome back to the stream, Witty. How the heck have you been? I hope you're having a beautiful Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. All right, let's go see if I can actually get this trigger. I should have put this on something else or just moved the beans down so I didn't have to run through the whole level. My trigger is not working. And it's because the colliders don't, this is why I should have just put the bean lower. Hang on, let's go back to my scene. I'll move my bean down. Hang on. Over and down so it's easier to get to. And we need to make the bean itself on... Oh, that's weird. It's on the ground layer. We should be interacting with it if it's on the ground layer. But this part is not. It's weird that this one is not. Really, I should put it in a different... Put it on ground. That's fine. Why didn't that... What is going on there? Oh, it's over here. Here, it's over here. There we go. All right, so it is actually getting the collision entered there. I'm gonna move it over here just so it's a little easy because I already missed it. My own game and I couldn't see where it was. Gonna move it in there, and what we're gonna do is we need to make it, now that we have that collider happening, in the bean itself. The whole reason I did that is so I could put the script in the bean itself, and when the player collides with it, now I can have a bean controller. Bean controller. Did anyone else have Java flashbacks when we hear the word bean controller? Does anyone remember in Java everything was called beans? It was crazy. It was a crazy time. Did anyone else? Is it just, I could say it. So let me just keep saying it over and on. Did anyone else get Java flashbacks from having a bean controller? I have a bean controller here. I did the awful Java EV stuff back in the day. Enterprise Java, but I know. Witty, exactly. I'm like, oh gosh. Where am I? A flashback. Whoa, get blasted back into the past. Didn't write enough Java. Yeah. I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh! Getting into the Shadow Realm once again. All right, Let's put this in here. WebLogic, yeah. So we need to have this idea of a level controller. Really, we can say collect being public, void, collect, like this. We're gonna have it be a collect, and I guess the other collider, other on triggered enter. We're gonna do a public void collect like this. We're gonna say if other dot rigid body dot tag is player, so if the player's the thing touching this. We got another hat. Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Thank you for the hat, Shiny. Welcome back into the stream. Here for the search for the bean water. That's right. Then we're gonna do collect. And for now, collect's just gonna be destroy this dot game object. I guess we just do game object like this. Luna, welcome back to the stream. Shiny, how have you been? How's your game coming along, folks? You want to check out an incredible game dev? Be sure to check out Shiny Games. Incredible stuff going on over there. How's your game coming along? What have you been up to? Feel free to drop some links for us, Shiny. Okay, so we have that. We're gonna connect our Bean controller onto our Bean. I've been crunching a little now. Released the EA. What is EA? Released new. Now released the EA. What is EA? Or released to EA? Early access. Duh. Shiny. I'm sorry for being dumb. Thank you so much for not judging me. Not judging me. There's like EA. Do your brain ever get stuck in a weird situation? Being controller, come down to on trigger entered. This one should be dynamic. There we go. On trigger entered. There we go. Let's see if we go ahead and collect the bean. Boop. Bean collected. Bean collected. Perfect. All right. Let me show you what we got. I've been thinking about releasing a demo and basically treating it as a free early access. God, I'm too scared to actually release anything. I really shouldn't, I'm too scared to release an actual game. It's too scary. It's too scary. Why is the mesh showing on those? That's weird. What's going on? Why are all the meshes showing? It's okay. I don't mind that. Had a Steam page set up for the game for a while. The game was 2D then. Michael, your game looks great too. Also, Two Nerdy Nerds, it sounds like your game's getting ready to... are you releasing the... I think you said you're getting ready for a demo release, or you already have a demo, right? You're getting close to having a full release of your game? Two Nerdy Nerds, how long are we away from the full release of your game? And are you planning to do a Kickstarter or anything like that for it? All right, so go ahead and press this. Let's run through one more time. Make sure I'm going to show the level one more time. See that little weird bug there? Requires me more engaged in the success of games, so more relevant. That makes sense. Yes. All right, so we're going to come over here. We're going to get ourselves some fast, high jumping bean water. So the bean water. We got to add some visual cues to explain to the player what's going on. Okay, we have an early demo on Edge, but we're getting ready to release the Steam demo. That's what it was, with a lot more features. Still have a mountain of bugs to get through, though. I believe in you. All right, so now we can go collect. We can't go collect these, and it's because I didn't apply. All right, let's start our player in this room so we can get that bean water right away. We need to come over to this bean, and we want to apply all. I think I just forgot to connect all that. Braxton, how's it going, friend? Welcome back. I hope you're having a beautiful day. It's wonderful to see you. Come over here. Got 1 bean, 2 bean, 3 bean, 4 beans, folks. We did it. Okay. So what we want to do, let me do a quick save. We just add, or a commit, git status, git add, git add, git commit, short, or feature, add bean collectible. I'm having a great time with this shiny. We are learning about, my goal for this project is to learn about Blender. We're very close to having 4 beans. Nerd waffle. That's a hilarious little joke there. Yeah, so this is the little game we're making. We've been learning about 3D modeling, 3D animation. So we've done all of the 3D models in here, including the bean, including the cup. Yesterday, we modeled our coffee kettle. So we did a kettle. I did start. I fully plan on doing a video devlog. I've got 80 gigabytes of video now. That's a lot of video. Mine, I'm planning on doing a video for mine as well. I still have a lot to record. But yeah, we're gonna record and release it tomorrow, maybe early on Wednesday. But we got tomorrow to do the devlog. Dillinge Mail, welcome to the stream. Great to see you, my friend. It's just too cute. Well done with that again. Thank you so much. I had a lot of fun with it. I had so much fun with it. And then the bean here, of course. So these are all the different models we made. Go for it. Ask your question. Keep it age appropriate. We're PG-11, so family friendly, but feel free to ask. This stream's all about learning together. How do you get game ideas? That's a good question. This particular game, I struggled coming up with an idea for this one. I think game jams are a great way to get game ideas because they force a theme. This particular game jam, the theme was only one inventory slot, and I felt like I was really stuck on this one as well. And that's why I made it optional. The theme is optional for this. But I was going, what should I do? What should I do? Two Nerdy Nerds, thank you so much for the hat redeem. Let's get a hat added to the stack. I know it's your favorite. Bernardo, we got an IKEA hat just for you. So when it comes to coming up with ideas, it's a little bit tricky. I like to go and play other games. Just like, so let me show you what this game is based on. This game is based on, if we go to my starting screen, we have those cups on my starting screen. It's part of my stream theme a little bit. I was inspired by that to make a game where you were a coffee cup. I knew I wanted to learn Blender. Sometimes kind of with ideas of like, well, what do I want to learn? What is the skill I want to gain? I wanted to gain a skill. The skill I wanted to gain had to be 3D modeling. And then I had this constraint of only one inventory slot. Oh, why don't I make a game where the character is the inventory slot? So in this game, the character has an inventory slot. You fill it up with liquid and you get different abilities. That's where that idea came from. Then for the platforming part of it, I got excited because I'd never done an isometric game. So I was going, let's make an isometric. So I have full 3D, but the game itself is stuck in this isometric perspective. I'd never done that, so I'm like, oh, let's do something isometric. And then I was going, what do I want to do for my game? I ended up, this is highly inspired by this old Nintendo Entertainment System game called Solstice. Here. So this is the game where I got most of the inspiration for this is from this game called Solstice. So going and playing other games, looking at what other people are doing, it's okay to find ideas by looking at stuff that's already been done. There's nothing new under the sun is like a phrase from a song, but I think it's also rings true. One of my greatest mentors told me that. I was gonna play it a little bit, but my gamepad's not working here. So go back, look at stuff. It's all about improvement. It's all about learning something new. If you want to get better at pixel art, you gotta go practice pixel art. Let me show you. I'm not good at art either. And so for Irish John's Game Jam, I decided, hey, I'm gonna challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to do something. So I challenged myself to do all of the art for this game. I had never done art, and I said, all right, we're just going to call it the poorly assembled. And I said, all right, I'm going to learn a little bit of art. It's going to look janky. It's going to look funny, but it ended up being kind of stylized. So this was the art. I did MS Paint style art for this whole game. You got to start somewhere. Just go for it. Go for it and practice and learn. It's going to take you many, many hours. They say to become an expert in something, it looks unique, right? To become an expert in something, you have to practice the thing to like 5,000 to 10,000 hours. That's a lot of time to become an expert in something. When you're starting out, you can go from novice to pretty good from in like 100 to 200 hours at something. I'll give you an example. I've been using Blender for about 20 hours. I put about 20 hours into Blender, and it's still frustrating and it's still hard. When I do art, I base the art on the game. Okay, but I'm stuck now with it with no game ideas. All right. Well, rather than choosing a game idea, go make a clone of a game. Go make a clone of a game would be a good place to start to practice and gain the skills. Say, you could say, I'm going to make a game that's inspired by the original Legend of Zelda top-down games. Top-down Legend of Zelda games. So Legend of Zelda. You could go look at the original Legend of Zelda, go play the game and say, I want to make a game like this. And as you're doing it, I promise you, you will start to say, oh, well, what if I did this? What if I did that? So start off by making a copy, making a clone of something. And then as you do, you'll start getting ideas with the art, because all the art looks similar to the original. That's okay. That's how you practice it, right? Alternatively, you could challenge yourself, say, I want to make this style game. Take 2 games and make a mashup. Take 2 games and make a mashup is another idea as well. So Legend of Zelda inspired game, top-down game, but make the art in the style. So Legend Zelda top-down game, but the art's in the style of Mortal Kombat. So take 2 things and combine it. Or make a Mortal Kombat game. This actually just ends up being Smash Brothers, and with the art style being that of a Legend of Zelda game. So take 2 things, mash them together, bring them together like that. Those are just some ideas. I hope it's helpful, but you just got to go and do it at some point. Art should never stop you from making a great game. Geometry Dash, good example. Good example. Don't let the art slow you down. Devro, welcome back. I agree what Cap said. I go 1 for the go down memory lane. Remember that game that you liked and no one else seems to like or know about. Do that game, yeah. Nerd Waffle has ideas, but is having trouble coming up with the coding. That's the opposite side of that coin. Who would say that all the time? Braxton, yeah. Firewood 149, thank you so much for the follow. Firewood, welcome aboard. Thank you for following me today. Thank you for the follow, Firewood. Captain Enosa, happy Monday. How the heck have you been? How's your game coming along, Captain Enosa? I hope it's coming along well. Folks, if you guys want to watch someone else working on Captain Killer's Blend Your Game Jam, be sure to follow Captain Enosa. Dylan Gmail, thank you so much for the follow, Dylan Gmail. Thank you for following me today. Thank you for the follow, Dylan. Hunted Storm with the follow. Hunted Storm. Thank you for following me. Thank you guys so much for the follows. Welcome aboard. So great to have you here on this beautiful day. And so if I'm being completely honest with you, Dylan, I was struggling with this game to come with an idea. And in a lot of ways, I still feel like I'm struggling with what to do with this particular game. I hate to say it out loud, but this game has been very uninspiring to me. And it's been a challenge to continue working on it, but I forced myself to do it just to grind through and come up with stuff. So it may look like I am having a lot of fun working on this, but in some ways, this game has been very uninspiring. And I don't quite understand why. I could just be a little bit depressed. If I'm being honest, I have a history of depression. So I could just be a little bit depressed on it, but forcing myself to continue grind through it. Tuner Energy, yeah, grind through, coffee grinding it up. Redoni, welcome back to the stream. And I almost quit working on this game several times But I got to give a huge shout out, a huge thank to Lance over on the Discord for talking me through it, keeping me going in it. My cat jumped into a trash can. I'm sorry. I hope your cat's okay. Everything is a coffee pun. Really, when you get down to it, isn't everything's just a pun at the end of the day? Everything's just a little bit punny. Is it orange? It's a white cat. It's a white cat. Yeah, so Lance really, really helped me to continue working on this game because I was feeling so... I was about to give up. My goal for this game jam was to learn a little bit about 3D modeling, and I started doing it. I was like, oh man, this is too hard. I should have chosen something else. And on day 2, day 3, I was going, it's not too late to abandon this idea and do a multiplayer thing. So I almost stopped, and Lance convinced me to keep going at it. So I really got to say thank you to Lance for keeping me working on this, grinding through here. All right, so I want to make it so when we collect all of these, I need to add in a level controller. We're gonna add in a level controller here that will notify, so we'll be able to keep track of how many beans we need to collect. So I'm gonna create a script level controller like this, and the beans will be able to register on the level controller itself. You could call it level manager. I like the word controller a little bit better for some reason. Level controller. I'm having a lot of, so Redoni, don't get me wrong, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm just really struggling to come up with ideas for this game. As I said, it hasn't been inspiring, but I feel like I've learned a lot. Makes them look like coins. They are really flat, Devro. Again, first time doing 3D modeling, they look more like turtle shells. I wasn't sure how to make them look more like coffee beans, adding a little bit of like rounding to them. But there must be enemies to the bean. We could add in enemies. Maybe in the next level we might. Managing bad workplace example. I like this game, seems so cool, but there must be an enemy to the bean. Yeah, we have no enemies in the game yet. Enemies to the coffee, we gotta add tea. Could add in some tea. Let's come over here, we're gonna edit this script. And what we're going to have in here is some sort of thing where we can trigger collecting all of the beans. So we're gonna add a public int beans collected. We also need to know if we've collected all of the beans. So in beans collected, let's do public int total beans. And then we'll say public int beans remaining is gonna be total beans minus beans collected, like this. And we're gonna register our bean controller. When this thing wakes up, public void awake, it's gonna go find in the scene the level controller. Level controller is gonna be equal to find objects, find first level controller, like this. It's gonna go find the level controller. When we collect the bean, we'll do level controller dot beans collected plus. And then additionally, after it wakes up, we're gonna come in here and do level controller dot beans total beans plus. So it's gonna go ahead and set these values for us using this as like a scene variable here. Oliver Sum, welcome back to the stream. Aloha and welcome, my friend. Spaghetti Code Factor, it's also a pleasure to see you. Oliver Silver, thank you so much for the Oliver Sum, not Silver, Oliver Silver, interesting. Oliver Sum, thank you so much for the follow. Have you met Oliver? Madam, thank you so much for following me. Thank you so much for the follow, Oliver. Hope you're having a beautiful day. If I'm pronouncing your name wrong, let me know. Could be also you liver some. You liver some, or you livers, I don't know. Could be any one of those things. Only the nose knows. No clues why I did not follow you. It happens. I was telling people this. I think something's going on with Twitch, actually. There are several people that I swear I'm following, But for whatever reason, I haven't. Yeah, it's interesting. All right, so let's come over here. We're gonna hit start on this level. Find a pleasure of doing it now easy. You know it. You know it. All right, so when I start this up, total beans 4. So it automatically calculated a number of beans I need to collect. Let's get a little bit of bean juice in me. The wizard is never. Also, Gandalf. Sorry, but I was delayed. It wasn't late. I was delayed. All right. We got our beans collected. There we go. So you'll see this number over here change as we go. The idea being that when we have collected all the beans, like a portal to another level will show up. Most likely because I hear so much about you from Styx Color, so I automatically assume that's okay. Styx Color, speaking of an incredible artist, Styx Color. If you want to watch someone who does incredible pixel art, go check out Styx Color. Incredible artist, absolutely insane stuff going on there. Be sure to give her some love. And super nice, yeah, absolutely. All right, so we have our beans here. Let's do a commit git add, git commit -m feature implement first basic level controller, like that. Put that up there. We want to add a little bit of a UI to our screen, or make it so the next level will show up. I'm not sure. A greedy enemy who wants to swoop the poor coffee beans to inhale like anteater. See, you're describing things that will take me. I essentially have 24 hours to finish this game. We got, and there's so many things left to do. So we got to be careful. All of these things I'd love to be able to make. I'd love to be able to make so many different things. I want to add spikes. I want to add like moving platforms. I want to add all kinds of things. Now that I see that game, let's go Spaghetti Code Factory. Gotta level up. Instead of brains, they want coffee. So I want to add in like a portal that opens when, or something that happens, or a sweeping machine. +1 anxiety incoming. I want to add something when you get all the beans to complete the level. We need to add in a UI as well to this. You've accomplished a lot, especially considering how long you've worked in Blender on the cup. I know this is 2 weeks. 2 weeks is all we've had to work on this. I feel like we're doing all right. We're doing okay. We've made a lot of progress. I've learned a lot. I really have. And that's why I really want to have like a finished game that you can play and do some stuff in it. I want to add in one more level. I want to add in a title screen. I got to write some music. I got to do sound effects. So there's lots of little things to finish and add in here to get just that little extra polish on the end to make it nice. And then I got to do my devlog. So several things to do. The real reward is the friends you made along the way. Braxton, my friend, it's true. The reward is knowing you. So many silly little things, yeah. Okay. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Do I want to... Thinking. I'm thinking about... I need to make it so that you can complete the level. I need to make it so you can complete the level. I want to... We could just make it when you collect the last one, the game, you know, a little thing says that complete beans collected, and then have the player morph into space. Maybe we'll do that. I kind of like that idea. Let's add an animation. Yeah. Let's add an animation to our player. Let's create a little animation for our player. I like this idea. Our player needs to be, I guess, a prefab. Oh, our player doesn't have a prefab. That's wild. Folder player. So I want to be able to add an animation to the player. Player here. Let's bring the player down. Okay. And our player has an animation attached. So if we go to the player object here, there is an animation controller on the model. And I want to create a new animation on it. So I have our dark fuel here. I'm going to move this into our prefabs. Let's move this onto our player. And let's create a new animation. All right. Might have to switch modes here. Bring our keep our inspector there. This whole, I wish I could move this all. Oh, I still have my animation down here. Yeah, let's create a new animator. Create an animator and an animation clip. New animation. We're gonna call this win animation. Okay. And this is gonna be part of our player. Firewood, cheap question, but do you know of any cheap or free 3D asset sources besides the Unistore? Yeah. There's one that Open Game Art. This website's not the best. This website's pretty good. If you come over to browse, you can go over to 3D art and just browse through these things. This is all open source art that can be used commercially. Different licenses. You still have to include the license on these. If you choose CC0, this is like not required to share the license. The other one, and all of these will be on here as well. Kenny's. The Kenny has some good 3D assets as well. That apparently I went to the wrong website. Kenny assets. What? Kenny.nl. I thought I got that right. Kenny has a bunch of free assets as well. So those are the two that sort of come to mind immediately. K. Loosberg, I haven't heard of that. Kenny has some great 3D, like in some incredible 3D assets, actually. They're mostly isometric, but Kenny would be a good place to go as well. Yeah, Kenney, Kenney. Let's go. Kenney, Kenney. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna add a little animation here to our player model. Show read only prop. Animation clip is read only. Weird. Why is it read only? We're gonna create. That's weird. I want to create this. I guess we can do it on the player itself. All right, the animation I want to do is going to be specifically on all of these. Oh, it's a little bit annoying that I have to select all of them to do it. Because I want all of these things to change color at the same time. I wonder if I can write a little script that we'll go find. My idea for these is to, I guess we could do it this way. Let's add a property just to our transform. We can turn off the gravity on our rigid body. My idea was to use gravity, was to turn off gravity. Have the player like spin into the air and like a success thing. There's not a Kenny for coding. A lot of people might consider Brackeys the Kenny for coding. No worries. That's another thing. Someone was asking about what do you do to get inspired for games? Where do you come up with your game ideas? I think sometimes looking at assets can be inspiring as well. Chaff, also welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here, my friend. It's a pleasure. All right, so when this animation starts up, we'll turn off gravity. All right, we'll turn off gravity on our rigid body so it's not gonna get pulled down. We're gonna add in, we'll probably end up disabling some of our scripts here. I want to disable our movement controller. So our player controller, we're gonna disable the player controller when we start up here, and then the movement controller as well. All right, so we can go ahead and disable. When this animation starts, the player will disable those things. We're gonna adjust the player's transform so that they're gonna move up into the air. Oh, the player is not centered here. That is going to be a problem if I go back to my scene, I'm pretty sure. No, it's not a problem. Perfect, perfect. All right, let's go back into our prefab view. Brackeys is fantastic. I have some complaints about Brackeys, but overall, I think Brackeys is an incredible resource. Hang on. Why does that reset again? There we go. Come over there. Chap the drama here. So my, criticism, complaint is the wrong word. My criticism, Push Toys, I'm listening. Look, don't get me wrong. Brackeys is awesome. Brackeys is more hype than education. Zaft, there you go. I think Brackeys is an excellent resource to get excited about game dev. From the Unity perspective, I've had so many students go through a Brackeys tutorial. This is basically where my complaint comes from. I've had many students go through a Brackeys tutorial, and it is, you don't learn what I would consider good programming patterns. And as a programmer first, he's an advocate. I think you can learn the basics really quickly with Brackeys, but it's one of those things where it's like you end up in tutorial hell very quickly. End up in tutorial hell very quickly, and that's just not a place a lot of people feel stuck there, right? And so I've had many students get stuck in tutorial hell with Brackeys tutorial. We're gonna add a keyframe here. We're gonna move this up. Let's go up 3, and then we're gonna add in another property. We're gonna add in a rotation. And we'll have the rotation increase here as well. Have this come up. We want this to stay at 3. And we're gonna have us spin here on, is the y-axis the correct one? I believe it is. Yeah, well, I'm gonna go up to 900. So we'll elevate into the air, and this is gonna be our animation. This is gonna be our animation. Woo! So the player's gonna go spinning up like that. Maybe not spin so much. Maybe that's too far. Let's do 720 maybe. So my criticism of Brackeys is not of Brackeys, it's of the people that use Brackeys and then come to me saying, hey, I can't get this thing to work, and I look at the code and it's this big pile of spaghetti, and you don't learn how to manage the code complexity in Brackeys tutorials. That's the one complaint I'll have. All right, so we spin around like that, and then I'm gonna have, the player fly off or something. The issue is that to learn good code practice, you need to go through college. I don't think that's true, or not work full time, and that eliminates a lot of people. So stuff like Brackeys or other tools. I don't think you need to go to college to learn good coding. In fact, some of the worst programmers I've ever met have been college graduates. For what it's worth, Nerd Waffle. Integrating cleanly is hard. Yeah, so I think the good programming practice comes from working with other people and seeing, I need my code to be I need my project to be something that works with what other people are doing. I need to be able to collaborate, and that's a much more difficult skill to learn. But I'm missing hype, man, like Brackeys and others are saying, we're doing this in a simple way. If as your game grows, you probably want to learn more about exactly, here's where, and then growing that complexity, how to manage the complexity as it grows. For small things, it's fine. For learning a concept, it's fine. And for getting people excited, I think it's a fantastic resource. All right, so we're gonna spin around and then turn it like Mega Man style, turn into a beam. I wanted to change all the colors. Here to what? Chap, that's what I've been working on lately. Nice. The main problem I had with Unity tutorials was most of them are outdated or the tutorial is highly specific. Yes, I could see that. So we're gonna win. We spin up here. And then I'm gonna have us. We're gonna have our scale get tiny, and then we're gonna evaporate into the aether here. All right. Yeah, well, tutorials teach you how to do one smooth thing so they don't necessarily give you transferable knowledge. Right, and that transferable knowledge is really important. Darkfield, my people need me. Whee! We're gonna shrink down here. So after this, let's add in another keyframe. That's right, Bernardo. That's right. We're gonna add a property. One more. We're gonna do the scale now. All right, and so we're gonna add a keyframe. We already have a keyframe here. All right, so the keyframe on the scale, we're gonna scale on the X, and we're gonna scale on the Y. Nope, not the Y. On the Z, so that we're gonna turn into a little beam of light. There we go. We're gonna turn into, it's gonna be Mega Man style where we shrink down and we shoot up into the sky. Oh, it did. It shouldn't. Hang on. Something went wrong with the keyframe there. The keyframe, I was on the wrong spot. 0.1. See, look, there we go. And then we'll have this go the position. We'll have this shoot off into space here. And we'll add a keyframe for this as well. Right there. Add a keyframe for our position. And this is gonna go to 10. All right, there we go. Spin up. There we go. Up it. My people need me. That's right, Bernardo. The people need us. All right, let's see what it looks like in the game. There we go. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be perfect. We need to disable our collider so that way it's like leaving the scene. So there's a little bit something different that we're gonna have to do there. Give me a second. There's something on my floor I need to grab. So I'm not disappearing. I just gotta grab this thing here. Oh no, I lost a hat. I lost a hat. We had a hat points at all because I lost a hat. 500 points, all of you. A hat fell off. 500 bonus points. The animation is interesting. It's the Mega Man animation where the Mega Man like jumped into the air and then Mega Man boss win. Here, it's like Mega Man defeat boss. Let's go look at if we can find a boss ordering. Let's see if we can go find a boss in. So Mega Man, why are we in Music Land? What's going on here? What is this video? This guy's just talking about a guide to Mega Man. Let's just do Mega Man 2 playthrough. And we'll go find a boss. Where Mega Man... Essentially, I'm emulating... See, someone was asking where you get your ideas from. Oh, this is... Alright, so when he defeats this boss, let's get... So Mega Man, this is the animation I'm going for. I jump into the air. Or he just teleports up. There's another, in Mega Man 6, I think he jumps into the air and then teleports away. So that's what we're going for. So that's the animation I want to do here. And so in our player animation control, what's interesting is I didn't mean to put it here, but that's okay. In our player animation controller, we need to do... I wonder if I can just enable it. Let's see if I go on my player, have it disabled. Yeah, this is the cheap thing I can do. Enable it, and there we go. We shoot up into the air. Oh, I don't want to modify this transform. I have the wrong transform that I'm modifying here. Let's go to our win. This position is the wrong thing to modify because it's changing. Can I remove the keyframes for all these? Remove property. I need to get rid of, it needs to be on the player model. All of these need to be on the player model. Okay. So I need to add in, let's go to my prefab mode. Yeah, this needs to be on the player models transform. Position. The rotation and scale should be fine. It's just the position that I have to do. Remove this property. All right, so we start out at 0. And then we're going to add in here. Oh, no, we come up here. Add a keyframe. So for Y, we go up to 3. And then we're going to add in a keyframe here. And this keyframe should still be 3. And then here, the keyframe is going to be 20. All right, so now if I come to my game, turn off my player animation here. So when we finish the level, why is the animator? Something's not right. Player, I'm in the wrong view. All right, let's start this now. Something is really wrong. Oh. This is the idea though. Being water is gonna go off to, we finish the level, we teleport up. This is what we're gonna do though. That's gonna be the animation. Higher education was beneficial to me. I was self-taught, but I missed a lot of the basics without realizing it. I think it can be. I don't think it's required. I think the important thing in my opinion is that it's not required. It's a nice little animation. I don't know why. Oh, my rigid body got turned off. Or something. Why? I might have to go back. Something has gone wrong. We're stuck on, and I don't know what it is. Here. He has no coffee and he must scream. I don't know why he thinks he's in the air. Something's gone wrong. I might have to, hang on. We might have to go back in time. Get status. Get dash. Yeah, something. Let's see if I can go back. I think we need to redo the animation. All right. I did something that made the character not be on the ground all the time. So I need to redo that animation, unfortunately. All right, we'll go ahead and delete this. I really wanted it to be part of this animation. All right, we'll bring our player back over here. I have to redo the animation. I don't know what happened. We might not have to. We might be able to just add it to the player here. Animator. This is feels really weird to do it this way. There we go. If I disable that. Yeah, something about adding this onto the player here. Why? That is so weird. So the question becomes, can I get it to work as an animator here? Captain, just use the Captain Coder Hatter engine. I hear it's awesome, more so than Unity, Unreal, Godot, Game Maker. It's coming along. It's not quite there. Maybe Bean Cup just had a little bit too much coffee. Really, it needs to be part of this internal model. So I need to add the animation here. Why is there a level controller player? All right, let's delete this. Let's delete this. Let's go into our win. And our subject really should be this. Why is it only read-only properties? I don't understand this. Oh, it's because the models are controlled by this other. These must not be these are part of the FBX model, so I can't add it here, maybe. I'm a little confused why I can't have a second animation controller. Oh, I mean, I guess I'm not confused. D1CI, welcome to the stream. Great to see you. Congratulations on number 19. Great to have you in. I also happen to have a very positive experience in my undergrad program. I have met a lot of people, and especially I was working in like startups. I think I actually think there's a lot of people who went to college and are not good programmers. I think you learn to be good at programming by programming a lot and problem solving. Dev Mashup, welcome to the stream. I had a wonderful weekend. I hope you had a beautiful weekend as well. Kovalaki, also welcome back. And Kavadratisk, great to see you, my friends. Can I undo some of the deleting I did? Undo history. It's only for the scene, so I can't undo. Okay. What do I add? I really want to add a new animation here. Can I? Because this is a prefab, is that what's going on here? And I can't open up this in prefab mode. The animation controller is the dark fuel controller. Animator. If I add in an animator. Something about adding in an animator makes this really confused. I don't understand this. Just like I did with Blender, exactly. Even if it's a sub object here, so this controller so it's even when it's disabled. This is what's so confusing to me. Even with this disabled, I can't have it here. This is what's so weird to me. I don't understand this. Because I don't know how to add in animation specifically here. I don't know. So check this out. If I have this here, if I put in an animator here, even if the animator is disabled, it becomes an issue. What I suppose I could do is do something weird where we add that in. Dev Dad with a raid. Oh snap! The Dev Dad raiding in today. Shout out to the Dev Dad folks. If you guys want to watch someone making an absolutely incredible social media app for a habit forming social media application, go check out the Dev Dad. You can get it today. You can start forming habits over at Embedder. You can embed it yourself. Hey, yeah, Ton, welcome back. Strong, thank you for the hat. Let's get another hat added to the stack. Thank you so much for the hat, Strong. Boom, there it is. Strong, how you doing, friend? Welcome in, Raiders. So glad to have you here on this beautiful day. Yeah, there's something weird about the animator here. Even if it's disabling. I don't understand. Dental Dam, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. Dev Dad, I know you're probably on dad duty, but feel free to share anything you are working on with us. Or if anyone from your stream, any of the Raiders, welcome in. Feel free to share whatever it is you are working on. Yeah, and let us know. Let us know. Great to see you. We are working on our game here. We're trying to get this animation to work. I suppose I could swap out the controller. This is so weird. I guess I could remove this prefab here. I feel like I'm gonna break something if I do this. So bring my player out. We're trying. And okay, let's go into my player here. Let's go into my player here. Maybe I should unpack this. I'm scared to do this. So I want to create a new animation on my model is really what I want to do. Well, I do want the animation to be on the player. Need more bean juice. It's way too late working on the devlog. I feel like I'm gonna be there. Happy Monday, Dev Dad. Dental Dem, how have you been? What have you been up to? Tromdome, welcome into the stream. Thank you so much for the follow. Tromdome. I'd like to welcome you to the stream now. Tromdome. Your name is almost trombone. Did you know that I play the trombone? It's my main instrument. Trombone, welcome to the stream. Fast chat, welcome in. Great to have you here on this beautiful Monday. I hope you're having a beautiful day. My voice, I was thinking way too high there. So weird. I'm wondering if unpack, open model. There's like some things I can do here. I'm I'm struggling. Which is sad. I don't like to struggle. I could write my own little animation thing in here. I want to add in an animation that works on this. But it really needs to work on the player. I wish I hadn't undone. All right, create animation controller. Player win. Oh, can I swap this in? It doesn't know about the parent. I'm wondering if I can add that in there. The problem is the anime controller you have used is not valid. Animations will not play. Parameter does not exist. Oh, I know what's going on. It is my scripts look for the animator controller, the animator in this here in the player model. And it's finding it on player here, which is not what we want. Ah, that's what's going on. So in our player component here, we have an animator, and the animator should be the one in player model. It's finding the one on player. Okay. So I can fix this.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness, with all the raids today, holy moly. Biggs, I want to say thank you today for being here. Biggs, I've gotta say, you're so great, you're grand, my friend. GT, this might be 344 viewers. This is the most viewers I've ever had. We just broke a record today, Biggs. Shout out to Biggs. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome into the stream. Holy moly. Things are going off the hook here today. 300. So this is the most I've ever had. I think we just hit let's go. I don't know if it updated. Let's go to our analytics here. Achievements.
Seems good.
Yeah, 270. Oh, wait. Oh, it doesn't show it here anymore. Yeah, my highest viewer count before this was like 200 and something. Holy cannoli. Thank you guys so much for being here. Biggs, how was your stream? Breaking records. That's right. Breaking records. How was your stream? What were you up to? I'm losing my mind. Capybaras. You're working on capybaras. You're doing the Souls-like, right? Souls-like? Sometimes when you sing, I hear the melody of Final Fantasy IX menu music. Strong, that's because that's what I'm singing, yeah. Yeah. G Poorly, welcome to the stream, G Poorly. Pagorly, how you been? Holy cannoli, I'm losing my mind. There's so much going on here. We're in the process. We're in the process of creating a win animation for our player. And Refracted, welcome to the stream. Refracted Fluff, thank you so much for being here. You just woke up, very nice. Very nice, Refracted Fluff, thank you for the follow. Have you met the Fluff? Refracted Fluff, you know you're great. Let's get another hat on this stack. Thank you for following me today. Biggs, congratulations on your number 20, my friend. Yeah, so much going on in the chat. You just woke up, Pagorli. I'm glad you're awake. Thank you so much for being here with us. If you got a link to that, the game jam, let us know. Dev Mashup, you're so close. Only a few more points. Only 20 people claimed you zapped. I know. People, exclamation point here to get your daily points. Get those daily points, Beegs. Oh, it's Snows Jam. I thought you were doing the Souls-like jam. Is that not the? Is that the Souls-like jam? Oh, it Snows Soul-like jam. Gotcha. There it is. There it is. Oh, I can't click it. I'm too slow. There it is. So it is a Souls-like jam. That's crazy little amount of time to do a Souls-like game. Thank you for the hat. If I missed a hat, let me know. Dev Mashup. Let's get another hat added to this stack, folks. Things are going crazy. So wonderful to have all you beautiful people here. The beautiful people. The beautiful people. Aha ha. Sort of here is here. Congratulations on your number 22. I never played a Souls-like game before. Beegs, are you serious? You've never played a Souls-like game? I love the Souls-like genre. All right, in our player components here, we need to not do this. We're gonna call this model animator. We're not gonna pull it in like this, and we need two animators now. We have a model animator and then the like player animator. So we actually have two animators now. And so this is where things are going wrong for us before. Save? Does this not reload here? Feel like a lot of old games kind of quality by accident. How many hats have you had on at one time before? 24. We made it up to 24 once. I had to remove hats. There were too many hats. I couldn't have them all in the room. It was bad for my neck, so we got rid of some of them. So we have 18 hats. I think we actually have 16 hats now in this room, just because it was getting too much. It was getting too much for me to handle. I thought going into the jam might be a fun challenge, and all the Souls-like enjoyers have been laughing at me all day. That's hilarious, Beaks. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Souls-like. Demon Souls, I think, might have been my first Souls-like game. Demon Souls, Dark Souls, and then Dark Souls 2 is actually my favorite. I couldn't get into Bloodborne, and I haven't played Elden Ring yet. That don't treat you like a child, I guess, like a lot of old games. Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah, the old, they just kick your butt. They chew you up, they spit you out. They kick your butt. Code Red is making a Souls-like game, which I really like. So it's a challenging combat game that is roguelike. A roguelike, he calls it a Souls-like game as well. All right, so this is actually, come on, Unity. Unity, I think I slightly do played a Souls-like, although a bit of Souls-light. Haven't played a Soulsborne from Soft yet. Interesting. Yeah, I like really challenging games. We call this our player animator. This is our model animator, and then our player animators here. Okay, let's see if this, there we go. There we go, that was what was going on. Now on our player, we can actually add in, let's go back to our player prefab. Can I add this animation back in here? Like this, yeah, our player win. And if I turn this animator on, I think I might have player. Ding. All right, so let's go into our player win. Can we add this back in? I use VS Code 2, Microsoft Visual Studio. It's too helpful for Unity projects. Actually, I never even got Unity and Microsoft VS to work. Interesting. I actually find it's easier to get Visual Studio to work with Unity. Sometimes if my students are on Windows and they're struggling to get VS Code working, I will have them switch to Visual Studio because it just works out of the box a little bit easier. That said, because I teach in a school where we have bring your own device, why can't I find what is going on in my animator here? This is super weird. There's nothing here. Player animator. That is so bizarre. All right, well, let's come back to our animation. Can I attach you here? Null reference object not set to an instance. I'm losing my mind. Need to grab food before getting down to a mountain of real life work. Good luck with it, Beaks. Thank you so much again for the raid. Enjoy your lurk. I don't know. Does anyone know if there's a difference between Visual Studio? Thank you for the hat. Does anyone know if there's a big difference between Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code? Thank you for the hat. Let's get that hat on here. Gotta make this room a little bit bigger. Fit all these hats in. Perfect. Perfect. Saw, you're so close. Congratulations on your 24. Enjoy working on your game dev mashup. Thank you so much for hanging out. Yeah, so it's a good question. I don't know. All right, let's try. Something so weird is happening here. I don't quite understand. I'm gonna remove this animator. I'm gonna just start over on my animation. I'm gonna select my player. I'm gonna create this. I'm gonna call this new animation player win. I need to restart Unity, I think. I think something is broken here. Let's revert. Now that I know what the issue is, get stash. We're gonna revert. I think I need to restart Unity. Oh my goodness. Something's gone wrong here. We need to restart Unity. I'm not that weird, JD. Welcome back to the stream. Thank you for coming in. Folks, if you guys don't know, JD does dev. Be sure to check him out.
If you want to feel like you're talking with Captain, let me see if I could do my Captain impression. I am not the Captain, but my eyebrows also move in a way like the Captain.
Thank you so much for the impression, JD. Folks, be sure to go check out JD Does Dev. Working on a game in Godot currently. Getting close. You're getting close to having your Steam page release. Let's do a get stash one more time. See if we can get Unity to... We might need to do a full... Let's do a reload. Proton with the hat. Let's get another hat added to the stack. Proton, thank you for the hat. Proton with 2 hats. We got 1 hat. We got 1 hat. Let's get a second hat on here. 1 hat. 2 hats. Captain Adosa with a hat. We got 2 hats to go. 1 hat. 2 hats. 2 hats, folks. Roar. Let's get another hat added to the stack here. 3 hats. That's right, folks. We should go check out JD Does Dev. Tony with another hat. There's so many hats. All the hats. The hats are unstoppable. Oh my goodness, Tony, we got a hat for you. We got to get your bonus hat on. Get a bonus hat. There we go. All right, folks. We're 15 hats deep. 15 hats deep, folks. Oh, let's just secure these in here nice and well. Thank you for all the hats. Thank you for all the hats. There we go. Perfect. I'm ready for my outing, Mom. GT, we got another hat. GT wants one more hat. Let's get another hat added to this stack. Let's see if we can get that in here. All right. Get that in nice and well there. Perfect. Thank you for the hat, GT. Excellent. There we go. All right, we got all the hats. We're perfect. Thank you for the hats. You guys are crazy. All right. I need to restart Unity. Something's gone wrong with Unity. So we're going to close it down. We're going to delete these leftover assets. We're going to add these here. Git checkout B backup. Pretty much, JD, it was already time for a break, so backup. So you're using Unity and Godot at the same time. I'm not using Godot on this particular project. I'm using Unity. My goal for this project was to learn how to use Blender. JD says, I'm in charge. You take a break. JD's telling us how it is. But so many words, you cannot take a break. 24-hour stream, that's right. Gotta get that average CCV up. Gotta get it up there, nice and high. We might take a break just because Unity's loading. Goob, welcome back to the stream, folks. Average Goob, speaking of incredible human beings. Have you guys met the Average Goob? Average Goob is a sponsor of Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. Learn You a Game Jam here. Average Game Studio. Be sure to go check out Average Game Studio. Sponsor of the 3 runner-up prizes. So 3 people, 3 runner-ups are gonna win $100 each. Go check out Average Game Studio. Be sure to follow Average Goob, who's also working on a game for the Game Jam. So give him some love. Go check him out. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us here on this beautiful day. Now you have to do a bonus hat. You guys going for the hat stack overflow? Goob, how's your game coming along? I've been doing pretty well myself. We're about here. Yeah, check it out. Check it out. We're about to finish. I'm trying to add in an animation. I'm glad I did a commit right before I tried this new thing. We get some coffee in here so we can jump higher. And we can stomp this button down. We can come through. And then we can collect these beans. The idea is you collect the beans to beat the level. After you've collected all the beans, we're working on the character win animation. We're trying to make it so the character will animate flying off the screen. We are running into a little bit of an issue here. We're changing this to be our model animator, like this. We're gonna make it, so we need to add a second animator to the win to make the whole room animate. Not the whole room, the whole player object animate. Mario, so make it do the Mario ground pound. We don't have time. We got about 24 hours to finish up this project because tomorrow I need to write up. We'll probably do a little bit of minor polish tomorrow. All right, make sure everything still works here. Yeah, it still does. It's pretty warm. It's pretty warm. What is my local temperature? Let's see, what does my watch say? The temperature here is 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's currently 80 F to C. 26 degrees Celsius, so pretty spicy. BitDash, thank you for the raid. We getting all the raids today. BitDash, how was your stream? Tell us all about it. Thank you so much for the raid. What were you working on today? How was your stream? Folks, if you guys don't know BitDash Software, another incredible game dev here on Twitch, be sure to give them a follow, hit that heart, give them some love. Lieutenant Conquer, great to see you, my friend. Welcome back. We are in the process here. We should give it the little butt pound. Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't have time to add it. Chat does art streamer bot to Godot feels like superpowers. BitDash, is that what you were doing today? That sounds super cool. That sounds super cool. Yeah, we're making some progress here. We still need to add in, I want to add in 2, so I'm going to be grinding today. So we're going to be streaming for another hour and a half. Then I'm going to take a nap. And then I'm going to be grinding probably another 9 hours trying to finish this game up today. And then tomorrow I'm going to be working on the devlog. We'll probably do a little bit of a demo, a little bit of stuff. But I need to make music. I need to make sound effects. I need to make a menu. All kinds of stuff left to do. Lieutenant Conquer, thank you so much for the follow. I won't be streaming that 9 hours, so I got to focus to finish it up. But we'll be streaming for another hour and a half, and I'll probably be working on it for 9 hours today. I planned on doing a 12-hour, 6 hours, and then a 3-hour session. So I'll be napping in between. Thank you for the fall, Lieutenant Conquer. Lieutenant Conquer. Thank you so much for following the Captain Coder. Lieutenant Conquer, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much for being here. I'll partner for the music. Yeah. Yeah, my plan is to write some music for this, do a little bit of sound effects. I just had a lot of code. I would be surprised if it works directly. Okay. So we got that added in. Let's do a quick commit one more time. Git status, git add, git commit -m, refactor, pull out model animator. Super clingy. What super clingy? I missed it. 20 scripts. I have a lot of scripts in mine. JD has music. JD's got the jams. JD sometimes busking. JD's over there busking. All right, I wanted to add in. We're gonna create a player prefab. Player here. It's a pretty big hat, Irad. Welcome back to the stream. Folks, have you ever dreamed of being a mod on a channel? Have you ever wanted to be a mod? Lance, we're all out of hats. We're all out of hats. Hat stack overflow. We got a hat stack. Thank you so much for the hat stack overflow. We're all out of hats. I got nothing left, but we're all out of hats today, and it goes kaboom. We lost the hats. Lance, hope you've been well, my friend. But folks, have you ever wanted to be a mod? Paxton, let's get another hat. We're gonna start the hat. All right, thank you for the hat. Look what you guys are doing to me. Look what you guys are doing to me. You ever seen a hat stress line before? This is what you guys want. Are singing a hat supply song. Look, supply side, hat supply side hats. Got one hat. Let's get this hat stack started over. 2 hats. There we go. Hat injuries are real. Deborah with a 3rd hat. Let's get a 3rd hat. How about 1? We got 3 more hats. We gotta add 1, 2. All right. I gotta come up with something else for you guys to spend your points on. 3 hats. Thank you for all the hats. Well, that lasted so long. I was like, finally, all the hats. We can clear this hats off my head. Nope. Let's get some more on there. JD, you almost got enough, though. Soon you'll be able to afford that Lambo. Won't be much longer now. So, has anyone ever wanted to be a mod? Have you ever wanted to be a mod? Your dreams can come true. Your dreams could be a reality. If you ever wanted to be a mod on Twitch, if you head over to Irad Dev's channel, you become a mod just by following. Is that right, Irad? Everyone's a mod on your channel? Folks, go check out Irad's stream. He mods you. What if I didn't want to be a mod? Pagorli, don't go over there. You'll be a mod. You don't get a choice. Thank you for the hat. Let's get another hat added to the stack. We might have too many viewers for a hat redeem. Thank you for the hat. Pagorli is a mod. Oh no, it's too late. It's too late. We're in the process here of adding in an animation. All right, we did it once. We can do it again. We're gonna create an animation. All right, go to my animation here. On my player, we're gonna create an animation. This is our player win animation. Barrier to entry too large. I only have to chat once. It's too much, too hard. So you don't get, all right. Irad, question. Do you get follows from Long Live Chow? I I get follows from Long Live Chow every day. Long Live Chow 64, Live Chow 65, Long Live Chow, 92. Every day there's another one. He has some kind of, I don't know if it's a him. They have some kind of framework set up where they get a new follow. They create a bot. It's a bot that follows every day around like 3 in the morning. 4 in the morning, something like that, my local time, every day, without, it's pretty impressive. In Fuernex, welcome back to the stream, by the way. Enjoy Munder, it's wonderful to see you. They don't get mods. Okay, I was gonna say, if they chatted, would they be a mod? It feels like a dangerous game to play, right? Okay, so we're gonna add in a transform for our rotation. We're gonna add in a transform for our scale. We're gonna add in a transform for the model's transform position here. These are the different things we're gonna do. Ryle, the Long Live Chow is absolutely obnoxious. Connie, let's get another hat added to the stack. Oh man, thank you for the hat. There we go. Oh, perfect. Thank you for the hat. Ryle, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. Freedom Forge, yeah, getting follow botted is wild. Ryle for the follow, thank you so much. Ryle, oh Ryle, thank you for following me today. We've got Ryle, yes Ryle. I'm glad you're not a bot. Okay, welcome. Thank you for the follow and welcome aboard. Glad you're here today, my friend. Yes, Ryle, thank you so much for following me. Ryle, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a beautiful day, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Okay. I love hat stack, hat overflows. Connie, we got so many hats in today. In the chat, because the Captain Coders inspires us to be better people. I'm glad you guys are so good. Jason, before I go, I just want to say that I'm impressed that with all the degens I see here, the chat has been relatively clean. Yeah, JD, it's because I ban people when they say things that are a little bit degenerate. Yeah, my channel, a little bit, you can boozle the Captain, but I tend to keep it PG. Ban is a strong word. People know I don't keep it PG-10. PG-11 teen here. I appreciate it though. If I call the destroy command, will it still finish the function before destroying? GT, don't call the destroying, GT, you gotta be careful with that destroy command. Even the Q list was claiming that was truly impressive, Zaft. Bam Pappy who act like they doing my stream. GT, it depends. I usually try and give a warning. It depends on how I'm feeling at that moment. So destroy, will it still finish the function before destroying? That's a good question. In Unity, I think it will finish the function before, I think it will finish running the function because it actually, unless you call it destroy immediate. Destroy actually removes the object at the end of the frame. So it cues it to be removed in Unity. We'll have to write a test for it, but I'm pretty sure that is how that works. All right, let's come to our player here. Let's move our player to 0. Yeah, so it waits till the end of the frame. Destroy immediate. I still think destroy immediate would finish the method. That said, the game object itself that you destroyed would be double equals to null. It does make it so that game object itself is null, so it gets rid of the reference. But yeah, it's sort of like Godot's. Sorry, my brain. I'm trying to blank. It's sort of like Godot's Q free. There it is, JD. There it is. Q free and free. Yeah. So there's destroy immediate, which destroys it immediately, and then there's destroy, which waits until the end of the frame to clear it out. It's much kinder to destroy. Destroy. Look. JD, sometimes you want to loop through your game object and destroy all of the children. Right? Destroy is very violent. Implode, maybe what we could call implode. Free is a good one. In Godot, I believe free removes the object immediately. Yeah, there's a Q free. Not the children D1C1? Yeah, that's right. Do you queue free the degen chat or destroy them? That's a good question, Irad. Oh man, to be fair, free pretty much always destroys your program. That's how destroy immediate is. It's essentially, I'm assuming it's the same way in Godot as you would pretty much only use free if you were making like an editor extension. In Unity, destroy immediate is when you're wanting to do stuff in the editor outside of play mode. Shoot into black hole. I like that one. That one's the most obvious. Biggs destroying all the children out there. It happens. It happens. Only for editor. That's what destroy immediate is. Freedom fighter. Obliterate. Obliterate. There, Sidrin, congratulations on your number 28. Folks, don't forget to get those bonus points. Exclamation point here to get your daily bonus point. I think that might be what I do next is make an extension for Godot. I kind of want to make an extension for to go through that project. Object dot be gone object. And Flarenex, congratulations on your number 29. Let's see if we get this animation in here. All right, so we're gonna lift up into the air here. Let's add in a key. We don't need a rotation on the X. Not what I wanted. Remove. Oh, it's interesting. I can't remove. It can't be that independent. That's okay. All right, we're gonna add in a keyframe here for this. Our rotation on the Y. Wrong spot. Rotation on the Y. Come down here. We're gonna rotate to 720. So we're adding in a little animation here, so our player will spin around like that. It's gonna go up into the air. So the position needs to go up to 3. So we're gonna add in a keyframe here for this position. We go up into the air 3. So we spin up into the air like that. I also need to disable our gravity. All right, so we're gonna take our rigid body, we're gonna turn gravity off on the rigid body when we start up, and then down here I need to make sure it stays off actually, like that. I don't want it to come back down, so this will still be 3. There we go. We want to disable some other stuff. Got to remove about 800 bot follows, but today's stream was one of the highest legit new follower streams I've had, so gonna have to go through the fakes and fine tooth comb. There is Biggs, I don't know if you have to remove them. I guess you got a big bot follow. I get bot followed a lot, and I tend to just ignore them. And then my follower account, like it turns out like Twitch kind of goes through and like will remove them on their own or something. I don't know exactly what happens, but every now and then I will lose like 50 followers all at once. And I assume I just let Twitch deal with it. Is sort of how I do it. If I got like 10,000 followers, I shouldn't talk about bot following because I'm gonna get bot followed is what happens. Yeah, so that's sort of, I just let it happen. I'm gonna make sure gravity's off. I need to disable the player controller. So we're gonna disable the player jump controller and the player movement controller as well, like that. And then I think we have to turn it off at the end as well. I suppose we could turn it back on at the end. But this is like the end of the scene, so the player's gonna like disappear. That makes sense. That makes sense. If it was to double your actual, that's true. I guess that makes sense. But I think like Commander Root and stuff have some bots that can. That said, if you had a bunch of real follows today, you wouldn't want to have them removed. Yeah. Does it mean that you now have to do 8 special streams? Yeah. All right. When we get to the end of this, we're gonna have the player shoot up, and we want a Mega Man style, like shrink and go up into the air. So we're gonna add into the scale here. I'm gonna add a keyframe for the scale. So from this position to this position, the player shrinks down like this. So the player is gonna shrink down and then shoot up into the air. Let's have this Y scale not so much, 0.5. Because they're going to turn into a beam of light that goes up into the sky. Why? There we go. 0.5. Let's try 0.2. 0.1 feels too small. The idea is the player's going to do this, and then we have another keyframe here. And on this keyframe, we're going to be stretching up like that while still shrinking a little bit, so it'll look like it's flying up. And then we have finally in the last 10 frames, sorry, the position here. Let's add in a keyframe here for this to here. Keyframe. Why can't I add a keyframe for that? There it is. And then the last 10 frames, we go up to 20. So our whole animation will be this sort of, this is the player winning the level animation. And they just fly, they zoom. They're going home. They made it. Okay. So that is our player animation. To show you, so when we beat the level, let's see what it looks like in context. So the player, let me get my inspector separated out here so I can do some stuff with it. So in context, it'll look like this. So that's what the, when you beat the level, it'll say stage complete, and then you'll shoot off into the air. Perfect. Teleported to the starship, exactly, Byfast, exactly. Up into space, up, and away. Okay. One thing I probably need to do, let's just add in a really simple idle animation. Create, teleported to coffee machine. Yeah. So in to the coffee machine. Perfect. We kind of need like the reverse animation of like, I think I'm gonna make it so when the game starts, that is the animation that plays as the player enters the scene as well. So I'll have it go the opposite direction when the player enters the scene. Let's create one more animation here. This is going to be idle. Like, I feel a little bit weird about this one, but the idle frame just does, the idle animation is just going to be nothing. Let's go into our player here. Let's open up this animation. We're going to do idle. This is going to be our default, make transition. Our default's going to be idle. Make set default animation state. And then we'll add in a parameter here. Has one like this, and we'll go to player win. And then this is just gonna say if has one is true, we can go there. So now let's go into our player here. Keep the animator on. I have my player selected, and I'm curious if I enable this. There we go. So we can do has one to make it go. Animator mechanism horror. Mechanim horror. It's good you can play animations reversed. Yeah, there's a little bit more we have to do because I disable some things in the animation. So we have to go the opposite direction. We'll have to re-enable a few things, which should be okay. We'll add in a little state machine controller too to let us know when the player has gone off the screen. We connect that to a screen that says like stage complete. Maybe and have it play. Maybe slow it down a little bit so we spin a little bit. But we'll get it in there. It's gonna be cool, or fun. So now in my animator here, there's too many things on the screen. Hang on, let's do some stuff here. And get my hierarchy pulled off to another area as well. My animator, we have player one, the enter level. All All right, we're gonna duplicate this one. This one is going to be called player spawn, like that. Have player spawn, and is spawning from any state to here. We're gonna say if is spawning, we'll come there, and then we'll immediately come down here. We're gonna make this one so that way it cannot transition to itself. Fear again, welcome back to the stream. Also IPO and They Never Miss, it's great to see you. I hope you guys have been well. Welcome into the stream. Congratulations on your number 30, Feargan. I want to fix that command so that the minimum, you'll always get at least 100 points just for showing up. It feels like the number of points gets so small, it's almost not worth doing. I want to fix that. I want to make that a little bit more, yeah. Isn't there an option that can't transition to itself? That's okay. So is spawning here. Player spawn. We'll say this one here. So I have my inspector over here. Let's get my inspector here. So I'm gonna have is spawning, and this is gonna be the reverse. It's gonna play backwards, right? And I'm gonna add a behavior to it. When it starts playing, we're gonna say is spawning off, and then when we're done spawning, it'll just switch back to this. There is gonna be no exit time, or basically set this to 0 and 0 like that. Oh, hang on. This should go back. No. This needs to have the full exit time. It's a player spawn. Yeah, this is the full exit time here. Should play. So when we come in, we'll get the full animation. I wish I could pull this preview out. It's a little bit annoying that I can't. But this will be fine here. The condition is going to be that we is spawning true. And since we're playing in reverse, we need to add in a player spawn behavior that will go ahead and enable some of these things. Or can I make it so that this animation doesn't loop? Does anyone know how to do that? Let's move everything over 1 frame. Okay, in frame 0, we are going to add these two back in. Add one here, add one here, like that. So when we play reversed, these will get enabled. Uncheck loop time and expector. Thank you. I was pretty sure I could do that. I couldn't remember. They Never Miss. Thank you so much for the help points. Add They Never Miss. 250 points. Thank you so much. Slinging code and graphed around to over 24 hours. Now it's time to sleep. Lance, get some rest, my friend. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. My poor dog is over here grumbling. I'm being too loud. Thank you, They Never Miss. I appreciate it. Bruce, welcome back to the stream. It's wonderful to have you here. Freedom Forge Studios, congratulations on your 31. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It's always wonderful to have you guys here. We want to make it so when this thing starts, I turn off is spawning. So it'll only play once, essentially. So I'm going to add in a new script. I'm going to make it in my project first, actually. So let's come down to my player. We're going to create a script here. This is going to be our player spawn behavior, like this. And we're going to make this be a state machine behavior. Give a hug for the pupper. Yeah, I love the pupper. She's so cute. This is our state machine behavior. And what we can do is behavior It is on state start. I better go look it up to make sure. State machine behavior Unity. This is our on state enter. Okay, so on state enter. We're gonna do our animator. Let's do base dot on state enter. Animator dot set bool is spawning to false. So when we play this spawn, it's gonna turn it off automatically for us. Let's come back over to Unity. We can come in here now and we can select our player spawn like this. And we're gonna add this behavior, player spawn behavior, oops. So now when this thing begins playing, it'll go ahead and turn itself off so it doesn't end up repeating itself. I swear there was a way to say that this state could not enter itself as well. But I guess I swear that was the thing I could do. All right, let's go into I'm gonna pull this off to the side so we can see it here. I'm gonna come into my game. So the idea is we can see when we spawn. That's interesting. I need to do. That's interesting. Huh. I want it to start higher on the reverse. My player win. I don't have a keyframe for any of these things. So right here, actually I'd have to add a keyframe for everything. So they don't know how to start. Add keyframe. Add keyframe. Add keyframe. Why can't I add a keyframe for those? Oh, it already has one. Well, I need to re-enable gravity on this. Here. In our final frame, add keyframe for everything. There we go. Okay. Like that. All right, so that should... Weird. Why is the position... Oh, my position I didn't save. My position here I want to be 20 up at the top at the very, very end. Gemmin, welcome back to the stream. Something's not right. I thought I had this. Something's gone wrong. Hang on. Let's do as one. That works. Why doesn't it come back down the way I want it to? If I play... That's weird. I don't understand that. Scale. So it should come back. Oh, I see. I have the keyframe in the wrong spot. That's what's going on. I need to add the keyframe here. There we go. Gem and Face, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. Still not working. Why is that not playing correctly in reverse? Oh, I bet it's the transition time. Yeah, there's a transition time on it. That is incorrect. If I go over to this, apparently I can't do that while we're playing. This has a transition time. There needs to be no exit time. Yeah. Has exit time 0, transition duration, so it'll just automatically jump up there. There we go. It's like trying to blend those two animations together. So has one, is spawning. There we go. So when we spawn, we teleport down. There we go. All right, we got our spawn animation. We have our win animation. So we'll spawn this way. We will has one that way. Perfect. One last thing I want to do in my animation. I want to make it so that way when our spawn starts, we want to set the visibility of the model. Because our model we don't want to see the player there starting on the scene. We want to like fade in and then play the animation. So I think our player will be invisible to start. So I'm going to put one more frame in here, or one more property. Let's come over to our prefab. All right, so we have our prefab here. In my inspector, select, oh, my player is selected. We're gonna add a property, and this is gonna be on our player models active, I guess. And let's move everything over. Hellraiser, welcome back to the stream. Great to see you, my friend. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Let's shift everything over. I don't need to shift everything over here. When we started off, we're going to make sure our player model is on. Yes, and then I'm going to add in one frame at the end to the player model is off. And it turns on right at the beginning of that. Okay, and then it'll stay on here. Dylan Mail, how you doing, friend? Welcome back to the stream. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. How was your lurk? You're doing good. Glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. All right. So in my scene now, I can go back to my game scene. And on my player model, I'm going to start with the player model not active. Let's start up here. So we don't see the player. I'm going to select my player. We're going to set this to is spawning. There it goes. So then it'll spawn in. Ooh, it got, and then it goes down to idle. Ah, in our idle, I was assuming it would keep this turned on. Why did the player model turn off? Did it go back to the first frame? Let's try that again. Oh, something's not right here. Player. Try one more time. I want to understand this. You have an idea? What's your idea, Dylan? Yeah, it goes back. What animation is it? Shouldn't have anything. This one is interesting as well. Player, idle, animation on our player here. It's weird. I don't understand that. I do have a YouTube channel. Not super active. We have that one, and then there's one called like YouTube. YouTube? The archive is where I stream to. And then I have one where I sometimes, not very frequently, post other content. Can I get rid of, in this last frame, hang on, in this last frame, let's get rid of this where we turn it off. Must not have the correct object selected. Why does it go back off there? That's bizarre. I don't understand that. Dylan over on YouTube, welcome back. Well, great to see you on the YouTube, my friend. This idle animation is interesting. Let's go to our idle. Why can't I edit the idle animation? It has no loop time. Player win has no loop time. Idle. Why can't I edit this relative to my prefab object? I gotta change that. We got 2 days worth of, I know Hunted Storm. It's that I feel that. I feel that so much. Why can't I edit this animation? There it is. That's what I was trying to do. All right, idle, player model, active. Why can't I do... Okay, I have the wrong thing selected. Okay. I guess our entry point... Ugh. I just wrote a little Git component style snippet for Godot, shared it in Discord. Zaft, very cool. Thank you for sharing that with it. Add Zaft. 500 points, my friend. Yeah, it's something that I was wishing existed. Zaft, over on the Discord, thank you so much for that, folks. Lots of good resources on the Discord for you to join in on. Been componentizing my Godot code more and more, and found the need for something similar to Unity's Git component. This is how I felt. I know there's a project that implements a full-blown ECS setup, but that's how much, but that was much more than what I wanted. I was wanting to do something like this. Zaft, thank you so much for putting this together. Be interested to check it out. Thank you for the lurk, JD. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of this. It's so weird. Get rid of that property. The idle just does nothing. I don't understand why it is not. Let's go to our player win here. Our game object's getting set to not be active. In our scene, when the animation finishes, it's like off by default. If I come over to my hierarchy, I'm gonna click on my player, the model, get these side by side. It won't even let me turn it on, which is weird. Why won't it even let me turn it on? I'm really confused by that. We'll do the spawn. It turns it off. Something is forcing it to be off. Yeah, I could do that. Hang on, if I do this, it's just on here. I just don't understand what's making it be off. Yeah, it's super weird. All right, so let's... The state machine line, all it does is just... The state machine line that I wrote, all it does is make sure that is spawning gets turned off. Dylan, I don't have any real devlogs on this part, on that channel over on YouTube. I'm planning to do my first devlog on tomorrow for this game. I'm planning to put that together. So the one line I have here, you can see it, is just disable the is spawning when we enter this state, because I don't want it, because see how it comes from any state. I would love to be able to see how I can't disable this. Something is forcing this model to be on. I'm assuming it is. Yeah, I don't understand. It must be this animator. If I disable the animator, no. Oh, they never miss. I'm so new to the animation here. I don't know what a trigger is. Tell me about triggers. State machine trigger. Is there, because people have said the word trigger and I don't know what it is. I have condition. Tell me about triggers. Tell me more. Move this back over here. Yeah, so maybe, I don't know. Unity animator trigger. Oh, you want me to add a, so in the is this the animator controller, or you're saying that on this object I would add in a Unity event? Or is there a way to have event? You add trigger instead of a bool in the animator controller. All right, so my animator trigger. Oh, I didn't even know this was an option. I really just want this to be turned off though. I don't want it to trigger twice. Can I make the trigger? So you're saying like I'd add a thing that calls it here? And then I could just force this to trigger. I've never used triggers in my state machines like this. I'm pretty new to this. The first time I've ever done animations in Unity, for what it's worth. Let me add a trigger. And then does that, yeah, how then would I register? Like, where do I access this? I suppose in the code I could say animator.get trigger and then like register on it. Animator.trigger sets the value of a given trigger parameter. Could read about them. You add trigger instead of bool in the animator controller. Animator.set trigger. You add trigger instead. So set trigger. I'm trying to understand the purpose. A Boolean parameter that is reset by the controller when consumed by a transition. Set trigger die. Here's an example of script that modifies based on user input and collision. How would I use this? This doesn't show me it working, it doesn't feel like. Oh, I suppose I could have it register a trigger. Oh, I think you're saying... I think you're saying that I could have... Okay, I think I see what you're saying. So here, rather than having a Boolean, I could do a trigger called spawn. And you're saying that this transition, put this back over here. The transition would be that spawn. When set trigger, someone will set the spawn trigger and then it will run. I think that's what you're saying. And then I don't need this at all. And then it resets when it runs. I think that's what you're saying. Let's try it. Okay. I've never used that. Today I learned they never miss. Awesome. Points, add, they never miss. 125 points. Thank you so much for that. I gotta let my dog out of the room. We gotta take a break. We've been going for almost 2.5 hours and I haven't taken a break, which is probably why I'm feeling a little bit squishy. So let's take a break. I'll be back in about 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Captain Coder will return. All right, we're back. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Got myself a nice fresh cup of bean water. Got myself hydrating. We got the new trigger here, which is awesome. I didn't know that existed, so they never miss. Thank you so much for helping out with that. Let's add another trigger for one. Trigger one, and we're gonna replace the has one with the one here. And let's get rid of this exit time as well. Like that, so they can just go straight into it. And this one's gonna be 1. I love that. It's good to know that this exists. I had no idea. So that we can actually trigger these things in this way. It's good to know. So spawn will spawn us in. And 1 will send us out like that. I want to add in, I want my player to start invisible. I want my player to start invisible. So I would like to add in, this feels weird to do, but I add in an animation that is like our start state that just has the game object set to invisible. And then we will when we spawn, we'll go to the idle. So I think that, so what's interesting, I took a little break here, and while I was on that break, it's important to give yourself a brain break. It's important to give yourself a brain break, step away, have your mind reset a little bit. And while I was gone, I was like, oh, I could actually add in another state here that is specifically for before we spawn, like a pre-spawn. And that's our start state where our player will be invisible. Then we'll do the spawn, then we'll go to the idle. It feels up maybe a little bit weird to do, but pre-spawn here, and pre-spawn, I'm gonna add this in as the state here. We're gonna come over to our player prefab here, and I'm gonna come into my animation control. I'm gonna pre-spawn, and all pre-spawn's gonna do is have my player be invisible. So we're gonna have my player model is active to false. This is our pre-spawn. Let's get rid of this second state, so it's just inactive, like that. That's going to be our starting state. Okay. We'll set this as our default layer. Get rid of this. Then we can transition when we spawn. This is interesting. Maybe I'm wrong. Idle. So make it hard to disable. We might do this just as a hack for now, actually. Let's try it. I'm gonna set this here. And let's go to our idle animation. We're gonna set our animations not to loop. Let's come back to my project here. Let's go into my pre-spawn. Okay, doesn't have a loop. All right, let's try it. When I start out, all right, I haven't spawned yet. If I select my player object here, we'll spawn. Do I not have the right thing? Oh, I'm in my prefab mode here. Hang on. Select my player. Keybind, how we doing, friend? There we go. We can spawn the player in. We can move around, and then when we win, we will teleport out like that. Sweet. Yo, Keybind, right? These are so good. I should make myself a sponsor on these. They have an affiliate program. I've had like 10 people buy these as a recommendation for me. I should totally have signed up for the affiliate program because I love them. Yeah, these ones are the open move. My girlfriend uses the like super athletic one. She's a gymnast, so she she's upside down and stuff. They stay on while you're running. They have waterproof ones for if you want to do it while you're swimming. Keybind, how the heck have you been, folks? If you guys don't know Keybind, he is an incredible streamer. Go check him out. Give him some love here. Click that heart. Keybind is making his own VPN. I always say the wrong one. What's the name of it again? It's like Newland VPN. What is the name of it again? I can't quite remember. Niceland. There you go. Niceland VPN. Thank you so much for the link. I need to add in a keybind command for you. Keybind, how the heck have you been? I just turn on Twitch and do some stuff very nice. How much sound bleed is there on the shocks? I'm sharing new headphones for run walks with all the humidity here. So, real quick, not sponsored. The shocks are bone conduction. It's like you have a radio in the room, is how I describe it. So like I hear nothing. I hear absolutely nothing with them on right now. I put this on here. I have to crank it all the way up for anyone to hear it. I hear absolutely nothing here. If I turn them all the way up, you can feel the vibration, and then you can also, if you put them on like a metal or a cup, the cup kind of acts as a speaker. But yeah, I absolutely love them. They're great for being out during the day. They're great for having just like audio. I listen to podcasts like all day with them. Granger, welcome back. I think they're fantastic. I love them, love them. Vims, welcome back to the stream. How you doing, my friend? Glad to see you. Granger, how the heck have you been? Thank you so much for being here. It's wonderful to have you on this beautiful, beautiful Monday, my friend. I love them. I actually have, mine are starting to break a little bit. I've had these for a few years now. So I don't know how this happened. I think I sleep in them. So I actually wear them when I sleep. I'll put earplugs in and sleep with them. And that broke at some point when I was sleeping. And then I think they got wet and warped a little bit. It's hard to see, you can't see it, but there's a little bit of a warp to it there. But these have been like beastly here. All right, so I think we got our animation working. So check this out. This is our spawn animation. The player will spawn in like that. And then we'll have it, so our player will play the one animation like that. They can take a beating, exactly. All right, so let's get in. There's our player spawn, like that. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's do a quick save. This was more effort than I thought. Everything I do is always, that took a lot longer than I thought it would. But that's okay. Get status, get add here. And feat, implement spawn / win animation. Like that. Okay. What I want to do is we're going to add a reference here. Lou Devs, thank you so much for the follow. Lou Devs, how are you? Thank you so much for following me. Lou Devs, thank you so much for the follow. Glad to have you here, my friend. I hope you're having a beautiful day. We're getting close to having a game. We're getting super close to having a game. Been learning about 3D modeling. When our player, I need to add in a reference to this here. So in our player components, let's add in a second animator. This is our model animator. This is our player animator. Thank you so much, Lou Devs. It's wonderful to welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. We're gonna add this as a reference so that we can access it in our other scripts. And I kind of want to, now that I know these animators, you can do some really cool things with them. I'd never done the animators like this. I'd always like kind of programmed animations myself. Notice my compile time, I need to separate things out. If I want to get that compile time down, I need to use binaries, assemblies. We're gonna hook the player animator here. Let's go ahead and apply all. I'm gonna have a thing with my player awake. Is that what we want? Player awake. We'll do a spawn player component for now. We can fix this later potentially. Player animator. Enjoy your lurk, Keybind. Enjoy it. Set trigger spawn. We'll figure out what to do with this. It's gonna have to be attached to, like, I want to have a thing when the stage starts says like ready, and then it will give some information. But when we start up here, the player's gonna spawn in. There they go. And then we can move the player around. Yeah, let's start the player off here. This will be their starting position. Look at this. Roiku, congratulations on your number 34. Yeah, we've had a bunch of raids today. We got a huge raid train. All right, that is not what. Interesting. Interesting. All right, so we got our player spawning in for us here. We're gonna make it so that our player can win. All right, we're gonna set it up so our player can win. Let's add in a... It's feeling good. Win. We'll do an animation here. 1, I think, is what it is. So our player, well, letting the player win, Michael, yeah. So after we collect the last bean, we will win. So the player will teleport off the screen. There's something interesting here. Is our player's leaving this room, and so there's a bug in my room exit script that we got to figure out. My camera controller is like teleporting us into a non-existent space. I'm really proud of this spawn though. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Let's go into our level controller now. And our level controller needs a reference to our player, public player components, player, public void awake, player is gonna be equal find first player component. There should only be one. Just instead of letting the player win, kill the player at the end, call it the tutorial, submit. It's like, did you guys ever play Portal 2? In Portal 2, in the multiplayer, you play as the robot, and then at the end of every level, the robots just get disassembled. So she just like blows them up when they finish the mission, and then they just recreate some new ones. Portal 2, one of my favorite games of all time. Yeah, Beegs is working on the Souls-like jam, Roiku. Beegs is doing it, which is awesome. So I am preparing, I'm gonna be doing, we just have a few days left on, really this is my last day working on Learn You a Game Jam, because I'll probably work on it a little bit tomorrow morning. Learn You a Game Jam, we only have 2 days left. I still have to do my devlog, so I'm reserving some time tomorrow to do that. Tomorrow on stream, maybe I'll do it today, and then tomorrow I'll have more time. That might be what I'll do. But I'm trying to finish this up today. Also, I wanna give a shout out to Omni Digital. Omni Digital is a sponsor on this game jam, the most creative submission. So this is the one thing that the people who submit get to vote on. Whoever is the most creative is actually going to win this prize here. So let me give a shout out here to Omni Digital. Incredible streamer as well. Go give him some love, folks. Sponsor on this stream. Incredible streamer, fun stuff going on over there. Give him some love as well. I haven't time for jams. I'm only working on programming stuff for 2 hours a day. What have you been up to outside of programming, Roku? Just busy with work and life in general? Or you're in school? Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're in school, I believe that's true. Okay, so our player, yes. What I was gonna do is we're gonna find the player. What I want to do is when beans collected here, I want this to be create a public int beans collected like this. It's going to be a get beans collected, but when we set it, we're going to set beans collected plus equals value, so we can actually increase it. But we want to check, we're gonna say if beans remaining is 0, we're gonna do player.win. All right, so we collect the last bean, the player's going to win. And I think that's going to make it so when we collect that last bean. All right, folks, are you ready to witness the first time beating a level? We might got it here. I'm unemployed, not in school, as I graduated as a game designer in December. Ah, well, congratulations on your graduation. Just been busy with normal unemployed life, driving around town, playing some unnecessary games, logging outside of nature, surviving the heat. Granger, the only reason your aunt, yes, here, I want to be able to see it in the inspector. Private. Here, let's do this. This is gonna be stupid. Here's what, this is stupid. I want to see it. Oh, I can't. Hang on. You got it. I can do it. Private. Serialized field. I forgot I can do this with private things. Yeah, exactly, Granger. I always forget you can serialize a field that is private. Perfect. I need to do that more often. Unity, this is why I say things in Unity teaches bad programming practices. It's not that Unity teaches bad programming practices, it's that in Unity, we often take shortcuts in game dev. So we're gonna spawn in here. Let's see if we can beat the level here. All right, so I can't get up to these beans. You gotta collect all of the beans. I can't get to them. So we have to run through the level to see. There's a weird, I don't know what bug that is. There's like a physics thing that we gotta fix there. That we probably won't fix for this game jam. We're gonna come in here, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna add in some extra beans as well to the level. But we get this coffee. Uh-oh, something's gone wrong. Something's gone wrong. I know it's gone wrong. I don't know what's gone wrong. Why isn't my character getting locked there? Something's gone wrong. The character should get locked in this position. But their controllers are getting turned on. I don't know what's going on with that. It's related to my latest animation. We should be able to get all these. All right, so we're gonna collect all of these. And then it should, there we go, teleport us into the Aether. Our player here is if things go wrong in game dev. Nah, nothing's ever gone wrong. All right, so we can actually beat the level and then the game ends. All right, we go to the moon. We go to the moon there, the player object, perfect. Okay. I never write bugs, Dramulks, neither do I. I've never in my life, never have I ever written a bug. All right, but that's how you win. So it'll do that and it'll say stage cleared. That's the idea. Let's get a commit in here. Oh my goodness. Chore or feature, add win to level controller. In game that we don't make it, we only have happy accidents. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Tony. That's right. We only have happy accidents. All right, I need to figure out. This is related to my new animation controller. We're gonna spawn in here. It's supposed to, there's another animator at play. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Yeah. This animator is making it so we can use these. I don't know what to do. That's not what we want to do. My idle animation sets it to active. I don't understand. It forces these to be on. See, I can't turn these off. It forces these to be on. On their side, I just ordered them via Amazon since I get them delivered today. Go for it. Yeah, Michael, I don't need the money is really what it comes down to. I am in a place in my life where I'm very self-sufficient. I'm in a good place. Skyrim still has 50,000 features, 50,000 features, and it's living just fine. Yeah, there's something. I can't turn these off. My animator is turning them on. And it's super weird that it's doing it. Why is it doing it at all? The idle animate and pre-spawn. At the end of spawn, we must do something. Let me look at my spawn. I think I might need to make a set, like an actual spawn animation. I was trying to do my win and just have it do it backwards. Lad, welcome into the stream. So I'm working on my game here. I have a bug. When I stand in this spot, the player's supposed to get locked to this position for this animation. And it's related to, I added in a spawn and win. So this is like our win animation, and this is our spawn animation. So it's reversed. What's weird, it's related to it being enabled here. Mr. Kai or Mrs. Kai. Mrs. Kai, welcome in today. I'm glad you're here at the Academy. Mrs. Kai, welcome to the stream. We're working on a little game, an isometric platformer for Learn You a Game Jam. I'm having a bug. I'm trying to understand. I think I might just need to take these out and have it be part of our spawn and win when these go off. Just have them do it. So we're making a game about a mug. We're making a game about a mug. Let me show you. We have 2 days to finish it for the game jam. And this is what we have so far. So we just made the spawn animation. It's a little game where you can run on isometric. Our player can't jump high enough. So different liquids are gonna give the cup different controls. So we need a liquid, coffee, that's gonna let us jump higher so we can collect these beans. So I have to run through this level to collect all the beans here. Wax, thank you for the hat. Let's get a hat on this head and a bonus hat. Got one hat. We got 2 hats here. Okay. And we come over here. These will fall, so you have to be a little bit quicker here to get through them. You darn know I'm gonna redeem that hat every join, absolutely. And so we can get this coffee. There's a bug. I shouldn't be able to move here. So there's a little bit of a bug there, but the coffee lets us jump higher. So this is gonna let us finish this level. So we can come up, we can get this bean, we can get this bean, can collect the beans. And then after we collect the last bean, we made the like win animation, our animation plays. All right, so that's what we added in today. I've introduced a bug with my new animation and I'm new to this is the first time doing animations in Unity. It's the first time doing 3D modeling. I've introduced a bug by having our player controller be modified by the animation. I want to turn off the player controller when we animate. How exactly should I define a scene and renderer in HTML5 as a wraparound canvas? Do I need to make a specific fixed time game loop? You don't have to. That's a very common thing to do, so that way you have like an update loop, right? So it's a very common, you don't have to, but it can be a way to manage that complexity. Yeah, so now it's working. What? Hang on, something. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's related to these. If I remove property from these, I'm pretty sure it's gonna lock. Yeah, it's absolutely related to those keys being in there. The reason I want those is, you see I can move around while I'm spawning, and I don't want that. Yeah, so I think it matters for consistency. Coax, for what it's worth, I've never done it, but it comes down to managing complexity. If you want them to sync up well and the interpolation to happen on multiplayer over a network, that could be a very good way to do it. Could be. That said, I've never done it. I've never done it from scratch. You know, I'm used to using a game engine where it's sort of built in. The stuff I've done for web games is Phaser. I think Construct is web. I haven't done a whole lot with Construct, but Phaser is the library I use, and they have in Canvas, they have a time loop as well, an update loop. Okay. So the question, something I could do here is specifically register the player. So that way I can register on my animation controller to disable my player. And that might be the way to go. That might be the way to go here, is add in an event that I can register on. I think it's that those, yeah, I don't understand. It's very, very weird that if I add them in the last frame, I enable them. The second I add them, why is this animator disabled now? If I add them in here, let's just add them as a property here. Enabled. Okay. Even though I'm not in my play win, let's remove. So like switches between them two. Let's just make it. Oh, it is on. Okay. So I have these on. Now that I have it, it doesn't let me mod, because I think it's because the animation controller can control it. I'm not allowed to modify it for some reason. It has to always be on, even though I'm not in this animation right now. So if I were to look at my animator, I'm not in that animation, and my idle animation doesn't use that property. It uses the game object property. I have to spawn again. But yeah, I'm in idle. But it seems like if any of my animations use it, I can't modify it. I don't know what's going on there. Anti-Jacob, welcome in. It is exited. I can see that it's exited there. But for some reason that I don't understand, I can't use this. If I come back to my player win and I say, well, just remove this property, now I can control it. So very interesting behavior that I don't understand the reason for. I see that this is here. And so my solution is going to be to write code to deal with it. Rather than having it hooked up to my animator, write some code to deal with this. So I think that'll be any state to idle. What would my condition from going to any state to idle, just like always? What is the condition for this? Yeah, why would I do that? I'm in idle. For what it's worth, I am in idle. I don't understand what this would... What condition do I add? Yeah. I'm doing well, Anti-Jacob. I hope you're doing well as well. Doing well as well. Yeah, so I only go to player... So check it out. I only go to player spawn when I trigger spawn. It doesn't go any... Oh, this is basically saying if spawn triggers run. Exactly. It's SUIH. I didn't know if for whatever reason the code does not exist, the animation does not run properly. They should all connect to any state. I suppose this one could be here instead of here. This one could be what we call 1. And then 0, 0 like that. No transition. Like this feels fine. I don't understand why I want any state to go from any state to idle. I only want to go to idle when I come from spawn. Its internal behavior so that the animation do not break. For instance, if for whatever reason the component does not exist, the animation does not run properly. I think you're referring to like what I'm describing here is since I have this as a property in my animation, it like doesn't let me modify that value. Why do I want it to go through spawn even if you didn't? That way every cycle goes through spawn even if you didn't spawn. Mungard, I don't understand. I don't understand what you're suggesting. Sorry, I'm not trying to be difficult. I just actually don't understand. I suppose I could add like a thing that says we go to idle. I don't want it to restart idle is the other thing. Yeah. No, the player's not getting stuck in a state. Here, I'll show the... All right, so in this animation here, I want the player to be locked in this position. All right, so I want the player to be locked there so that the animation looks like it's filling up. All right, so in the animation for this here, it makes the player... Yeah, so I want the player to be locked to this position. So in the code, I disable the player's movement controller. In code, I have a disable player movement controller there. I'm learning about animations in Unity. So what I was doing is in my player spawn, what I want to do is when my player's spawning, I want to also disable. Notice how I can like move around. So when my player's spawning, I want to pause them. I don't want the player to be able to move around while I'm spawning. And so to fix this, what I did is in my player win and player spawner backwards, they're the same thing. I added in a property to my player movement controller. And I said, okay, well, I want to disable this while this is playing. The problem with this is once this is added into an animator, even though this animation's not playing, I can no longer modify it because it seems like it's being controlled specifically by the controller. The controller won't let me modify it. If I disable my animator, I can control it again. So the animator owns that thing now and doesn't let me modify it. And that behavior feels undocumented to me, but that seems to be the behavior. So what's happening is because I have this on, idle's doing nothing. Let's look at idle. Idle has, only thing idle does is make sure the game object is on. Idle doesn't, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Idle doesn't interact with that at all. Below the timeline on animation, you can add events when playing an animation. Exactly, that's what I was gonna do. SUIH, that's what I've done in my other scripts, is make an event that will call things elsewhere. So rather than controlling this with the animation, I'm just gonna call disable. I was like, oh, this is cool. I didn't realize I could do this, but it turns out that I don't want to do that. And so I just have to call disable. So if we go and we look at my kettle animation, so if we look at this animation, we'll see, select my kettle. Can I not select my kettle here? My kettle animation, that's exactly what I do. Is I have an event that I fire that basically just disables, causes things to enable and disable my player. But you call functions directly on animations. Yeah, so I'm going to add in the events to do that. Default saying win and spawn are just branches by triggered. Sorry if I'm confusing you. You're just, it's hard to read through chat, right? It's hard to understand exactly through chat, but I'm just gonna make it, I'm gonna do it through code rather than through animation because I have the ability to disable my player through code. And I just have to basically on my objects, add in, so I can reference my player here and just add an event that's going to pause it. Because I can do that without too much difficulty. Yeah, so, let's remember, this will be the second time I've done this. Yeah, so I just add in a controller like this. So I can add in, yeah, so we have a player controller script actually on this. So if I come into my player, and now I have my animation. All right, so I have my animation down here. What I want to do is when we reach this frame, I want to add in an animation event here. And in my player components, I think there's like an unlock here. Okay, in this frame here, the next frame, this is gonna be lock. Sorry, hang on. This frame needs to be unlock. What's going on? Some functions have name across several method monobehavior components and may not work as intended if used in an animation event. Okay, player component method. In this frame, we're gonna unlock. In this frame, why can't I add you in? There we go. Frame 1, we're gonna call lock. And then in the very last frame, we also call lock. So it's a little bit weird, but because I'm using this as our spawn and our unspawn in the same frames, lock. All right, I think this will work. All right, I can't move my player. It did not work. Did not work. Why did that not work? Is it not reaching? No, I shouldn't be. Frame 0 calls unlock. All right, frame 1. Oh, I just had it backward. Thank you, thank you. Yes. My intention was to have those reversed. Somehow I got them. No, it's still lock. All right, let's go. Let's move you forward here. Are we calling unlock? There we go. Weird. So this might actually be what was going on before, is frame 0 isn't executing events. Maybe you can't run an event on frame 0 at the first and last frame. That's weird. All right, let's move this back here. We can move. All right, now I'm locked into position. We got it working. That's weird. If I put this all the way on frame 0. All right, I'm not sure which one I moved. My lock selected. Select unlock. But zoom in. Let me zoom in a bunch. Yeah, so frame 0. Taking both events on the same frame, even though you are calling them on different animations, it is calling on the same engine frame. Ah! That makes sense. Yeah, so that makes sense because it's running on different... That is interesting. Let's... Yeah. You're right. Exactly. I just, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's running a little bit differently. So this is a little bit dangerous then, right? All right. I'd be worried that it might run differently for different people. Select my player here. Let's do 1. Make sure I can't move around. All right, it does lock it. Hang on, let's test this. I'm gonna do this. It feels like it doesn't, it's like the animation's finishing. It's not guaranteed to play this. It's frame 0, I believe. No, that works. It's just these are too close. So interesting. Oh, now it works. I think I had them, I honestly think I must have had them in the same frame. Works. Huh. I don't know. I'm a little bit confused by this. I'm glad I got it working. Do animations run? It would make sense. Unity animations versus update. Unity animation events. I want to Unity like game like order of execution. I want to look at this. All right, so this is like the important thing to look at. When do animations fire? So we have fixed update. We have animations and then update. Good to know. Yeah, so there's other things that go on. Okay. I think I had them in the same frame. I was zoomed out, so I think I actually had them in the same frame or something. I don't know. I'm glad we got this going though. All right, let's see. Can we play the whole level now? All right, can we play a full level? SUIH, thank you so much for the help points. And SUIH, 500 points. I appreciate you. So we're gonna spawn in here. Then we can move. So the idea for anyone who's just joining us, we can't get these beans. We can't jump high enough. So we have to go collect. We're gonna need to finish the level to get the coffee that'll allow us to jump that high. All right, so we come through here, we push these buttons. When we get this coffee, it increases our jump height. So now we can jump up here, press this button, and we come through here. We've been working on it for almost 2 weeks now. Just working on, all right, so we'll collect this. My goal for this project was to learn a little bit about 3D modeling and 3D animations. It's my first time doing 3D modeling, 3D animations. It's my first time doing animations. It's what I wanted to learn for this project. And there we go. We collect it and we win, and off we go into space. Justin, we did it. We did it. What's interesting is the character model. We still see it there. So apparently I'm not having it go high enough on the win state. We could also have the player model disabled here in the last frame, which is what I think I want to do. Have the player model disabled like that, and then it gets enabled here. Let's try that now. Let's play one more time. We got the spawn. Mrs. Kai, I'm so excited. I'm glad you like it. I've been having a blast with this. Been having a blast. So much fun. We're gonna wrap up here in a few minutes. I gotta take my dogs for a walk. I'm gonna be grinding on this the rest of the day, so if you want to follow the progress, certainly, thank you so much. If you want to follow the progress, be sure to join the Discord. And of course, I'll be back tomorrow. Cyril, let's get a hat added to the stack. Thank you so much for the hats. All right. The controls are a little bit wonky. I haven't had as much time to fix the controls. If you're not used to moving in isometric, it feels very weird. And so I was thinking of adding in a menu where you could select the type of control you want. All right, you guys get to witness us beat the level again now that I fixed our animation controller. So our goal here is to collect all these. I played Q*bert as a kid. Yeah, so if you're familiar with this type of control, perfect. If you're familiar with this type of control, it works out nicely. If you're familiar with this type of control, it works out nicely. If you're not familiar with this type of control, it feels so like my girlfriend wasn't used to it and it got really weird. Also, if you're trying to play with a controller with an analog stick, the analog stick feels terrible because it's isometric. So I want to add in an alternative control that lets you set, if I press up, that I move towards the front of, that I'll move this direction. Right now, when you press up, you actually move this way. When you press down, you move this way, left and right. So to go up, you actually have to press left and up to move this direction. To move right, you press up and right, and that'll move this direction. So it's very awkward if you're pressing more than one key at the same time. Exactly. It's really easy to add. It's just, easy. It's gonna take me an hour to add it, right? It's gonna take me an hour to add it. Because it needs to be an option that you can turn on and off. And so I need this like player controller thing. So I'm hoping I'll have time to do it. I think I will. We're gonna wrap up here. We're gonna see if anyone's doing Learn You a Game Jam. Let's go see who we have. Anyone else that we're gonna raid out here. We're gonna find someone to raid into. We're gonna raid into people. You're welcome, Anti-Jacob. Thank you for hanging out. Let's see who we have. Learn You a Game Jam. Learn You a Game Jam. No one else doing it. Some people do CC or Captain Coder. Captain Coder. It doesn't look like we have anyone streaming Learn You a Game Jam. SUIH, thank you so much for the follow. SUIH, thank you for all the help today. Folks, thank you guys all for being here. For witnessing this momentous occasion. 500 points to all you beautiful people out there. We don't have anyone doing that. I'm open to suggestions on who we're gonna raid. My thought is Magatron. We haven't raided Magatron in a while. Andreas is making his own game engine in C#. JD is working on his Smash TV side project. Interesting. JD's on break, so maybe we won't do that. Andreas is great. Magatron is great. Irad Dev is great. What are people got going on here? It's been a while. It's seen the white Twitch. Yeah, it's Irad. Making Barbie game for Barbie girls. All right, Toak, we're about to raid out. Thank you so much for coming in, though. Great to see you. We're gonna go raid Magatron. We're gonna raid Magatron. Another incredible streamer. Mrs. Kai, thank you so much for that. Mr. Elliptic is prototyping a new game. Mr. Elliptic. We'll go there, since you guys want to go there, since we got the suggestion. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Remember to keep coding. Remember to keep growing. Keep being the best you can be. We will be back tomorrow to finish up the game jam. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Have a beautiful day. Join the Discord. I'll be on there. I'm going to be in the live stream on Discord, working on the game in a little bit. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.